I said he was ripped, but yeah.
He looks like he diets well and has got a fast metabolism.
And maybe hasn't drunk much water in the last couple of days.
He's a rock type. He's weak to it.
He needs to stop.
A cup of water and that's it.
That was terrible.
He also doesn't eat veggies because he's weak to grass type.
Yep, he only eats meat.
Because he's gay.
Wow! By the way, we're live, Sam. So.
Oh.
Don't worry about it, you're fine.
Don't worry, your employers will never find this episode.
I fucking hope not.
I support.
I know
gay
Harlan's judging me right now.
Even if
Let's be...
he meant it with malice, it's not as bad as Infernal, who dropped the N-bomb in one of our episodes. So,
Yeah,
you
congrats
know.
on that one.
I tried to find it, I couldn't. So there's a nice Easter egg for anybody who finds it.
I can taste the demonetization.
All my stuff's
Oh,
demonetized
that's-
anyway, because you guys swear. So, because one swear word is demonetization now. So,
Funk nuggets. No.
oh,
Funk nuggets,
don't you try and change her. I'm gonna have to swear.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Okay, now I'm getting my channel removed.
No, Chris.
You're a real shink nugget.
Someone's coming to my house to kill me.
Fuck me
And
too.
kill each and
There we
every...
go.
In fact, they're probably going to start with you, Sudz, unfortunately. As you're the closest.
Oh,
Sorry.
Fortunate.
Yeah, but the thing is, they can make it look like an accident with his neighborhood.
Oh no, the royals are going to come for us. And they do things sneaky. Like
They do things
a
sneaky.
car accident.
Now, here's the
Ooh,
thing.
Range
ooh,
Rover.
ooh, that's a spicy one.
I'd like to see them perform a car accident on a second-story building.
They'll find a way.
You'd be
They'll find a way.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Chris,
involves ramps.
Someday, Chris, you are going to find your bike having had its brakes cut.
Well, that I'll
Going
notice
down the
because I've
hill,
zip
you try
tied
and
them all.
pull.
So if one just falls out, I'll notice.
You've zip tied it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not my brakes. I've zip tied the wires from my brakes just because otherwise they get in front of the light on the front of my bike.
Oh, that's kind of adorable. Just imagine little Chris scooting along on a bike. You know, you got a bell.
Ding ding.
Oh, that's so cute.
You got your
Oh,
little
if I
lights
see
that
you,
do
I'm
the
gonna run you
flashes.
over.
I mean, the backlight can flash, but I never make it flash because I know how
Good.
obnoxious that is.
Good.
I just leave it on constant.
Oh, yesterday, because I went to Matt's yesterday and watched John Wick. Good times. But I picked Liam up, and on Shirley High Street, there was a guy which had at least 6 wing mirrors on his bike. And this is a pedal bike, by the way.
This is like a. Oh right, I see.
Okay.
Shirley High Street. I really shouldn't have to say much more of any reasoning here.
I would like to know more.
Yes, some of us
You
don't
ran him
know.
over, right?
Did he just turn around and say, "Did you not check your mirrors?"
He just on his mirrors, he had each of them had a little red light on each of the mirrors. He had proper full on like LED headlights, like the style that BMWs have nowadays, that blind people when you look at them. This guy has obviously been hit off his bike once and done overkill for the rest of his life.
Once and never again.
I was almost run over.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah.
I knew the guy who was going to do it though, and technically we played a game of chicken. But that's beside the point.
Okay, that's your own fault.
No, I was. It was on the triangular junction. You know where that is. You drive through it all the time, and you asked me which way to turn. It's left. I was coming in through left. I had
I never go that
priority.
way.
I was going up. Obviously, I was going uphill, so it's slightly slower. And he decided to pull out in front of me, and so I decided I'd slightly speed up because I recognised him. He looked over at me, and I waved, and he waved back, and then carried on. He carried on driving, and then he ended up overtaking me.
I think I've just got to wait in Wickham Square, Chris, and just wait for it to turn up and try to run you over.
Yeah, I might
Not
do
with
the
any
same.
malice.
The thing
But,
is, Wickham Square would be the worst place to do that because I walk my bike once I get to the square. because of the amount of people who might
Just,
just
I
try
didn't say
and
run
hit
you over while you're on your bike. Right, I've got to go grab my food. Be back in a sec.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm more likely to get my bike stolen. I mean, if he manages to run me over, I wouldn't be with my bike. So, because you know, thieves in the area.
What, Wickham?
Yeah.
That's an understatement, isn't it?
I mean, that's family member didn't move there because you move there, you're likely to get like your stuff stolen.
Yeah, checks out.
All right,
Checks
well,
out. I
should
don't
probably
live in
start with the
Wickham
session.
or Hampshire.
Hampshire's a dangerous place. Not as bad as London, but
Well, it's true.
Anyway.
Oh yes, the real danger. Getting run over by a horse, maybe?
Oh.
Like,
horse kicks are bad.
yeah, but like, you just avoid the horse.
Well, horses can be spooked by basically anything if they're not bomb-proof. So,
Wait,
I mean,
sorry, I feel like I'm missing something there. Because wind that back a second, Chris.
We don't
Why?
want to.
Why would the horses be bomb-proof?
it's a term used in the Second World War when a bomb dropped. If they're bomb-proof, they won't be startled.
I like that theory.
And I learnt this from one of my colleagues because
Wild.
she was complaining about not bomb-proof horses. Anyway, we've gone majorly off topic. We have a session today.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, yeah. So, hello and welcome everybody to Crabby D&D. This is not Chamberbreakers, Dawnseekers. And I am here with my players. Sudz,
Hello.
Harlan,
Hello.
Sam was here. He's currently getting food. Simon,
hello.
Jamie,
Hello.
and Infernal.
Hi.
Hello. I missed
Hi,
my
hello.
button 3 times.
I am
Hello.
not getting food. How dare you, sir?
He's just abandoning us.
I just couldn't be bothered. Is it all?
I just couldn't be asked. No. I'm
Ah,
back
cool.
at it again with the roast chicken, boys.
Oh, sexy times.
You brought an entire rotisserie up from your room?
Not a rotisserie, just a roast chicken. I have broccoli, roast potatoes, stuffing, and chicken.
Good. Sounds good.
I had McDonald's for dinner.
Oh god.
I should go get my
Be-
pizza.
That is really depressing.
I had
Okay.
pork with very nice crackling, which I carved myself.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes. I am now the head carver in the house, so. Yes.
Consider
Well, that's not a
the
title
worst
to
thing. A chicken, a roast dinner, but the rest of the dinner is stuffed inside the chicken.
That doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Yeah. those
My
are quite
uncle
nice.
used to do
With
that.
one exception is the chicken has to be served on like a giant Yorkshire pudding.
Oh,
That-
yes.
I know in Yorkshire,
And the
they do
entire
actually.
thing is swimming in gravy.
See, they do that in Yorkshire. They make
I
a
know.
effective roast dinner,
Yeah.
and they put
and
it
they
in a Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah. No.
Called a Yorkshire kebab. Still, I want to try one. I never
It's
have.
weird because they're like, oh, these are real Yorkshire puddings, and they're like the size of a teacup, and you're like, no, those aren't real Yorkshire puddings. Go to Yorkshire and tell me what a Yorkshire pudding like. Oh, it's the size of a dinner plate, and you put your food in it.
Yeah.
Who
you
needs
know how to
plates?
good-
Anyway, we got off topic again.
Doesn't take much.
Your point?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Fucking Yorkshire puddings.
Thank you
We're
Sonova
ready
for
to
the
get to the
art.
time
Thanks to
here,
Tabletop
Well,
Audio
no,
for
I
the
mean,
audio. Thank
We're
you for.
talking about lovely dwarven cuisine.
Yep. I mean, it's not. I'm not sponsored by any of them. I'm just shouting them out because it's nice to do. Any
No,
combat maps are made in Dungeon Player Studio. This is done on Tabletop Simulator. Any detailed maps are done on incarnate.com. Go and find all those things respectively. That should be everything. So, last session. Our party of adventurers: Elsyan, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, Rook, and Feng. After being in the Sanguine Sun for some time, and picking up various goods. Harlan, I forgot to tell you, but I'm telling you now in the intro. You have 1,000 additional gold in
Okay.
in the form of 100 platinum. Got to tell you that. The rest of you picked up various things, spoke to various individuals, did some spell smithing, and you have now taken 3 days off in anticipation and prep for going into Ormance Ravine, and so that Malcom could do some speaking. He does speak during his time. so far what's happened, Bern has spent most of his time spellcrafting, with a major mishap where he ended up like a pincushion after having to flee his experiment, which then proceeded to stab him.
That
A
sounds
lot.
about right.
And Malcom proceeded to speak to the individual he wanted to speak to, learned quite a lot of information, and then proceeded to finish the spell that he craft.
Good girl.
Rook spent some time learning about griffins and how to raise one, as well as how to incubate eggs and the food they might need. Picking up on these various details, the individual who speaks to you will speak to you further later on when you're ready to actually start incubating the eggs so that he can do final checks just to make sure nothing's wrong.
Cool.
And finally, we have Sasha, Elsyan, and Queglod. So, Queglod, what did you want to do during this time skip?
Suppose I was gonna join in on the trip to Oaksmith if that's a thing we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you join
Yeah.
Elsyan. And Sasha?
And Sasha's going to join us as well.
Oh, Sasha's joining as well. Okay. So,
We're going on a little adventure.
heading to Oaksmith, taking a day's worth of travel to get there. You get to Oaksmith in the later morning, about 10 o'clock. As you arrive in Oaksmith, you can see that various individuals are settling down. You can see that quite a few of the lumberjacks are currently carrying a few bits of log on the back of a cart. As they bring it in, you watch as they grab bill hooks, stick them in, and begin to pull them off and lug them onto their shoulders as they begin to move them towards the lumber mill and further edge of town. Looking around, quite a few people here do recognize you as individuals who have been through before and have since returned. A few of them do wave. You can hear the sound of blacksmithing working off in the distance. She's obviously got her forge back up and running. And you can see Suhaba's tower just peeking over the top of the other buildings as you make your way towards there.
Well, I think I know where we're heading first.
Mommy, is that the blacksmith that I drove her grandfather into madness?
No, that's the different one. That was
Different.
Cassie.
That's Cassie in Adamantia.
Okay. God.
He's dead now, you monster.
And I should care why?
Basic empathy.
That will just get you killed, Sasha. I mean, I've seen it happen to you multiple times, almost dying, because you're a nice person.
Yeah, I've also seen you almost die because you're useless. Also,
Try-
you can't take a punch.
Try me, midget. Try me.
I will see you in the Adamantia ring at some point.
No, you won't.
Then you're a coward.
No, you just won't get to the ring.
That's cheating.
No such thing as a fair fight.
Yes, there is.
No,
Hold a fair fight.
no,
Not
there's a fight, and then there's idiots flailing their hands at each other.
No. That's what we call barbarians.
Nah,
That's what
true.
Behold for.
I hate to say it, Sasha, but he may have a bit of a point there.
Oh, fine. I'll smother him in his sleep then. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Then down to my level.
Now, if we can just figure out how to do that with the Prince of Blood, we'll be set.
Do demons breathe?
Chris, do demons breathe?
What's the question?
Chris, would we know
Yes.
if demons breathe?
They do.
Do they have to breathe?
Typically, yes.
Okay.
Note that when a creature isn't breathing, that just knocks it to 0 hit points and it can't succeed death saving throws until it can breathe again.
I mean,
So if he's immune to being unconscious, he will wake up and fight back. If he's not, then he will remain there until he's killed.
I see.
But
So
surely
what
if
does
he's suffocating, he will take damage over time or something.
No, because suffocating, if you get back to your turn after a full round of suffocating, you drop to 0 hit points, no save.
That's fair. Actually,
Okay.
I think that's fair. It doesn't take long to choke someone out.
No, I
suffocate-
understand that, but my reasoning is like, are you saying that he can't die from suffocation then?
No, because he can't succeed on his saving throws or death saves. Because he can't succeed, he will eventually fail all of his death saves.
Right.
You can't see, so you have to fail them, and then if
Unless he rolls a natural 20, in which case he comes back on 1 hit point, but because he's suffocating, he'll drop to 0 at the end of his first turn. So he'll have 1 turn of effectively do something.
So Sasha, so what we're suggesting is we find some way to suffocate a demon.
I've just realised this means that Queglod's really hard to suffocate. So when she's
Yeah.
Got no neck.
no one can do it.
God.
Now we're away from the others. Didn't you really not tell me about this friend? I'm curious.
He's a friend that we all made along the way, and unfortunately, he didn't make it. And that skull is our memento of him.
Is that his skull? The one that Rook's carrying?
It
Yes,
is
it's his skull.
yes.
It was his skull, yes. It belonged to him.
That's a bit fucked up. Just
So are we.
you know what? That is entirely understandable. We were just talking about how to suffocate a demon.
I'll be honest, if we could work out a way to do that just on the fly, we've got to really take out dragons.
See if we could talk. What if Sue Harbour might have something? I mean, you never know. Can't be that. Might not be good, but
Sword of instant suffocation. I'm just saying, it would be very quick and very easy.
and useful. Therefore, we're probably not going to find it ever. It seems
Well,
almost
let's get
too
Abbott
easy.
working on it.
We don't look for it.
Hey, Abbott, can you make, like, I don't know, like a suffocation
Abbott?
spell or like an instant brain hemorrhage spell? Something fucked up.
We're nowhere near Abbott.
We're nowhere near our
I know,
Yeah.
I know. I have sending, but also I'm talking in a sense of like that we could just ask him that.
We could do
A
it.
bit messed up, I admit, but effective.
I mean, if Abbott stayed undead, he wouldn't have had to worry about this being used against him.
Let's go say hi to Sue Harbour.
Let's go sit. Yes.
Yeah, let's see what he has.
So,
And how he's doing.
heading in to see Sue Harbour. You travel in, you see the large door before you as you knock a few times. You open up the door and you look inside as you hear from above you. Ah, hello! Old
Hello.
friends, it's been too long.
It really has.
We came
Yeah,
to
do the
say
bloody thing.
hello.
Ah, wonderful. Anything I can help you with? Looking for any particular powerful magical items?
Suffocating a demon.
I can't do that one.
Are you sure?
Can sell you
Suffocating a
ducks, though.
person.
What was that last bit?
Suffocate. Is it all just suffocating a human? Suffocating a person? Not
Want to do
specifically a
that? I
human.
can sell you a pillow. For 10 gold. Big-
Could
It's
would a pillow
magical.
work on a demon?
I mean, it's magical, sure.
You'd have to hold it down, I suppose.
It requires
Sasha,
Is that like
concentration.
Use telekinesis to hold down a pillow over someone's face.
or
This is a
how,
dreadful.
how powerful of a create water spell could you make? Because I'm thinking we just throw it in a room with him, close the door, and then wait a couple minutes.
I mean, maybe.
Are you thinking some sort of water bomb?
Essentially, but like it creates lots of water. And then whatever room they're in, instantly filled.
We don't even have to care about the quality of the water.
Honestly, the worse it is, the better.
I mean,
Guys,
I could make it if you want.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
we won.
fuck it. Fuck it. If it doesn't help us now, it will help us later sometime, I'm
So
sure.
you want a wand of terribly bad water bomb?
Like, really, really, like, dangerously large amounts of
Sewage.
instantaneous
We
water.
want a wand of sewage.
Got it.
Oh my god.
Yes, the quantity of the water, I think, is the most important thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right,
I
so
mean,
a lot of water in a short space of time?
Yes.
Got
as
it.
close
Drown
to
someone in a
instant as
closed
possible.
room, for instance.
I'll see
Drown or
what I
crush
can.
them under the weight of
I'll
it,
see what
perhaps.
I can do. We'll say 200 gold deposit for making the item. If it costs more in the end, I can ask you to pay for it.
Yeah, sure.
That seems reasonable.
One of you has the ability to communicate with me.
Hello.
But you?
I have sending, if you want to send
No,
it.
he gave someone a magical item to communicate with him. Was that you, Malcolm? Because you were the drug dealer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, what? I've forgotten more things about this campaign than I ever learned.
Yeah, he was given a special bag that allows him to keep an item protected away from any divination spell, and it acts like a bag of holding. But for
That-
5 particular items. And he used it to carry smuggled drugs into Adamanthia.
Yeah, okay, so we've had something like that this whole time,
Yeah.
and we've been using it for
Yes.
smuggling.
Yes.
It's its intended purpose.
Fair.
Right. Who wants to pay the 200 gold?
I'll put the down payment down.
Right.
If you're looking
I'll-
for anything
I'll-
else,
I'll
I have
pay.
some knickknacks around here.
I don't
Ooh,
suppose you
Knickknacks
got
you
anything.
got.
Don't suppose you got anything that could help with learning.
I have books. We after magic books.
I'm after something that makes learning new things easier.
Not sure. Don't know if there'd be anything to that caliber anyway. Learning
That's
new
a
things
shame.
is typically based on one's intelligence. The smarter you are, the quicker you learn.
Yes, I do. You know what? Do you have any study materials then?
Yeah, sure. What you looking to study?
Just Elsyan moves up, trying to get out of earshot of Sasha. Just smithing.
Don't you dare.
Oh.
Don't you dare.
You don't know his grand plan. You really don't.
He does. I told him, and he's terrified.
Oh, you did. You ruined
I
it.
couldn't keep it in. I couldn't. I wanted to piss Harlan off, and it worked.
Oh, I'm going to be trying out the sewage wand well before the Prince of Blood.
You mean Queglod's sewage wand?
She's paid the down payment. I'm either going to repay her or pay more for our.
We'll figure out who wants to actually use it.
Oh, definitely me. I can banish myself out of the room if need be.
What if I just gave you my 75 platinum? No, that's a terrible idea.
What if we just made lots of these? Like, let's see how much this one ends up costing. We can just make loads of them. That'd be great.
But
It sounds like a terrible idea. I love it.
But if you're looking for study material on smithing, I recommend
noticed.
heading to the smithy.
Yo, you don't say.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Now, anything else
herbalism?
you'd like?
Something on herbalism?
Yeah, sure. Like 30 gold.
30 gold.
A book's
30
25.
gold. Come on, what about for 20 gold?
You buy something else? Maybe.
I don't suppose you have any healing potions on you?
Yeah, sure. Got like a lot. Give me a moment. He flies up to one of the containers, pulls it open. I have 27.
Is that only normal healing potions? Any better ones?
Oh, he wants better ones. I got 4 of the greater, and I have 2 superior.
You should try and grab as many of
Superior
them
like
as possible.
500, aren't they?
Superior. 500. Who's been selling you those? I want them.
Oh God. Oh,
2,500. Those are expensive.
God, oof. Right, so a greater healing potion then. For 250, right?
Yeah.
Lovely. I'll grab that then.
Sure thing.
I'll-
Brings one down.
Thank you very much, Suhaba.
Tell you what, I'll just grab a few of these regular healing potions.
Also, have you been working out, Suhaba? You look very glistening up there.
I had a big old shipment come through the other day. One of the others. Part of the guild I'm with. They wanted some big machine thingy.
Big machine.
Mind if I ask what big machine thingy? That sounds pretty cool.
Kind of like you. You're kind of shaped big, made of metal. They wanted bits of it. I had the smithy do some commissions.
What, they wanted bits of a dwarf?
Big metal. Oh! Do
Bits
you
of
reckon
metal
it might be
dwarf.
one of the automatons?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Golem.
Oh, where is it headed to, if you don't mind me asking? Is it heading towards Adamanthia?
Heading to Old Oregon. It's part of the guild's mission.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Right.
The guild does all kinds of commissions from the people here in Oaksmith. There are a few talented souls, and, well, we pay them well.
We need to come here more often.
You do?
Maybe we should see about... in a year's time, we'll have a fully set up teleportation circle. So, if you want to... We might be able to link up the two.
I mean, I know if I can perform teleportation circle, I just don't have one here. I have one to Oregon, but that goes to the guild. I'm not allowed to give that to unauthorized individuals.
I'm just thinking we might be, if we could set up something between us, we might make trade and things with Adamanthia a bit easier.
Potentially. I'm not looking for a lot of boom. I'm just looking for little bits here and there. We've
Yeah,
got
that's
other
just
stores
us.
around the place. and
We've
I
got
go to them.
a buddy Abod who you might want to talk to. He's also an enchanter and wizard and
Send him
Very
my
cool
way.
guy.
Yeah, we could
might
speak to
rattle
whoever's
you,
in charge
but-
of the town
yeah.
about that. Speaking of, how is the town doing?
Better,
I
now
feel
the
like we
spiders
came
are gone.
through- That's good.
No
There
resurgence
was
of them at all.
there was a surge of stags, though. One large one. Some kind of giant elk or stag showed up, and well, the hunters got him eventually. But no, haven't had any trouble since. We've had the notice board's been fairly bare for a while. Someone's been to the old ruins and found something interesting. About it.
Did they now? What did they find?
Oh no.
Side ping pong
The
eyes.
adventurer
ping
team
pong
that went,
eyes.
from what I understand, an adventurer team went there, looted the place, and buggered off.
Oh.
Oh,
Is
how
that
rude of them.
old- How could they do such a thing?
Sounds really awful.
Desecrating a ruin and just taking stuff.
Ah, well, it is what it is, I suppose.
I bet you they're probably nice people. It's well-meaning.
I mean, well, it's an adventurer life. Sometimes you just stumble into these places and grab things. I can't say I blame them, but at the same time, I feel like I should have left a note or something.
Maybe we'll have to. I mean, they'll have to next time send a.
Yeah,
leave a note.
yeah. We'll make sure we tell all of the adventurers we meet.
Just to be polite.
Yeah.
What's our reputations as adventurers?
Mm.
Not just be known as rabble and rapscallions.
Maybe we should go hunting into the in the forest, see what we can find.
There are
We've
plenty
got a-
of
we've got
things
a
to
day
keep in
here.
there.
It does sound like a bit of hard work, though, Sasha.
You're literally psychic. I feel like this isn't going to be a massive
But I've
difficulty
just
for you.
done a load of trekking through the woods.
Oh, by the way, if you're looking to, if you're still with that Malcom fellow, aren't you?
Oh yes.
Malcolm, yes.
Yeah. Tell him I've got another job for him, just to speak again if he wants to do another shipment.
Yes, well,
Alright.
makes
Yeah,
us
okay.
tell him.
Sounds
Thanks.
fun.
Right then, so
So yes, I can sell you the book to 20 gold if you want to buy something from me.
Oh, I
also,
thought we were doing a joint thing, and when I bought the potion, that
No.
counted toward.
Ah, Tim.
Oh.
As you're paying for his book.
Oh God, no. Pay for it yourself, you lazy elf.
I have a few of those. Yes, I'll just like grab up like 6 regular healing potions.
That's 300 gold plus 20 gold for the book.
Okay, remind me, how many gold is platinum?
10.
10 gold. So
if that's 320, that's 32 flat.
yep, cool.
Anything else you want? Still got some thumb things around here.
In terms of potions,
Yeah.
you have a fairly good range of healing potions, and I assume you have some of the other standard affair as well. Potions of resistance
Yes.
and growth. Do you have any less conventional potions?
I got mana potions.
Oh, how powerful, and for what kind of price?
Well, basic mana potions 50 gold, same as a regular healing. Greater mana, same thing. Superior, same thing, and so on. I have one superior though at the moment. I haven't got too many ingredients for that.
Okay.
Let me see if I've got any other bigger potions. There are plenty of interesting ones out there, but whether I've got any in stock's another matter.
Don't suppose you got one of fire breath, do you?
Why, you looking for
Kidding.
one?
No. Actually, it was more of a joke, but
I have one. 200 gold.
yeah, no. A bit much considering what I've just bought.
Fair. Potions of growth I have. How rare are you looking exactly?
Well, I really just want to get a sense of what sort of options there are out there. Obviously, we go into a lot of places and see the same sorts of potions over and over again.
Well, there aren't that many. Let's see. I have the potion of bomb proof.
Oh?
Yeah,
How does that work?
drink this baby in any AoE effects. They don't do kaput. Anything which requires a dex save, you automatically take half damage. Lasts for 1 hour.
So effectively automatically passes the dex save for you.
Effectively, yeah. But if you then succeed, you then take a quarter damage rather than half.
I see, I'm with you now. That
Not bad.
God, what?
So, these ones are particularly hard to make. It's about 570 gold, but still useful. Potion of the rat. This one's about 120 gold. Turns you into a rat for an hour. You can't revert it.
what?
And is it
Why?
is it something that you can resist if you take it, or does it just happen?
No, just happens. Well, I haven't tried trying to resist it.
Normally, if you are transformed by magic and then injured in that form, you transform back. Is it the same for that potion?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically a polymorph, but you're forced to be a rat.
Still, if you
Kick
put someone in a really
kick that
strong
sucker in the
cage,
sides and
then
he's
just
gone down.
wait. What about a really? What if you put someone in a really tight, really sharp cage whilst they were in rat form?
And then take damage and then revert.
Sasha,
Turn
I know
someone into a
I'm.
rat and then push him off a cliff.
Now, may I remind you that you can't actually fill up a space that you can't occupy, which would mean if you put them in the sharp cage and they expanded, they'd pop out of the cage.
Damn it. What if it's made of a magical resistant metal?
That wouldn't work.
It
Magic
was
is
worth
magic.
a try. Worth a try.
What were you even trying?
I'll be honest. An unconventional. I'm trying to think of unconventional ways to deal with this Prince of Blood because I don't think we can take him in a fair fight.
Oh, so now you don't believe in fair fights?
I think you've already convinced me to not do fair fights, so you know what? Come on, let's go whole hog into it. I say we summon a beholder inside his esophagus or something. Let's go crazy with
If you've
this.
got someone who can summon a beholder in any way, shape, or form, we wouldn't be worried at all about the Prince of Blood.
You know what? That's fair.
Hmm.
Anywho, shall we go? Let's go down to the smithy and let's see you try.
So you're not
and
getting
really
anything
help.
else then? Just
Oh wait, shit! I completely forgot. Was there any other potions you had, or was it just the potion of the rat and the other
I
one?
mean, I got potion of growth, potion of water breathing. That's about it.
Do we maybe need the potion of water breathing?
That
just in
might
case we
couple
get
well with
caught?
the wand, actually.
Yeah.
Potion of water breathing, 325 gold.
Oh.
They aren't cheap. It's difficult to get that air bubble to stay in there.
Can pay it. I just don't want to. Wait. Is a potion of water breathing just some air in a bottle?
Yeah?
That's not. No.
You know what?
I mean,
can
it's
learn the
air
water
in a
breathing
bottle
spell.
in a liquid.
My
You're
God,
not wrong.
It's just fizzy water.
Look, making carbonated water in this
No.
world isn't exactly easy.
I can now breathe underwater.
Time to drink my lemonade.
It's just a nice can
You know
of
what?
Coke.
I
for
can
you
learn
to
the
enjoy
spell
as you're
water
drowning.
breathing,
This
so
Coke
I'm
is
good.
fucking Cancer sometimes. I'm just saying.
If either of you guys want it, go right ahead.
No.
No, I think we're okay, thank you.
Okay.
So, I
Don't
suppose we'll
want
come
any
back
items?
once...
I mean, you're welcome to tell us what you've got, and if something catches our fancy. I'm not going to say no.
I have 7
Tell me what
ducks.
you got.
7 ducks, and these are the
The bomb
special
ducks.
ducks.
Get a
Bomb
duck.
If you just throw them at someone, does that work, or what's
Yeah, you gotta say the command word though. It'll float into the air for you.
the?
Kaboom.
What do these ducks do? What do each of them do?
They go boom.
They go boom.
They just
They
go
go
boom.
boom.
They go boom.
Just had a thought. Maybe I could use my telekinesis to just send them in somewhere. We yell the word and they explode.
Now, I will remind you, these are 75 gold each.
I can buy so
Ooh.
many.
However, when you say the command word, the duck will float around you in the air, circling around you. If any creature comes into contact with the duck, even if it's not a hostile creature, it will explode, dealing 4d10 fire damage in a 15-foot radius. This does encompass you.
Yeah, but he has telekinesis. Is the point?
It
Could
doesn't
he-
matter. It floats around him. If he doesn't
he-
say the command word, then it doesn't activate. It's just a rubber.
No,
duck.
but if he says the commands and they're floating around him, can he then move them?
No, because if he does, it breaks the spell.
Can you trick other people into activating them by accident?
Potentially.
If I could just get people to say the command word.
I will allow a purchase of a maximum of 3 of these.
If I'm honest, I'm not too interested.
I don't suppose you have like a fireball in a bottle or something like that.
No, but that's easily made if you want it.
How much would it be for one of those?
I'd say a 400 deposit, and I'll be able to make it. Basically,
How
just a wand of
powerful of a
fireball
fireball
that's in
would
a
it
bottle.
be? Just asking for a friend, how powerful of a bottle of a fireball would it be?
You know, like
If we
as
were to-
powerful as a regular fireball. How powerful do you want it to be?
Enough to make. How do I word this? Enough to make sure
grown
that
men
anything
cry.
I throw it at doesn't get up again.
Depends. If it's the red dragon, then good luck. I'd make a net.
Fine.
Those
Anything that
things are
doesn't have
immune
fire
to fire.
Or yeah. Okay, as long as it's not fire resistant or resistant or immune, that will make it like stop and not get back up.
I mean, Most fireballs do that.
I've seen some really weird things, man.
Well, good for you. So have I.
I got eaten by a rat god.
Fun.
Just
I have
saying,
this.
I
And he
don't
holds up a twig with what looks to be a small shell at the end of it.
And
What's that do?
What?
This. All right. I'd like everyone to roll me a d6.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Who's currently there?
Oh yeah.
Just suddenly the entire party takes this much damage.
Okay. Oh, Sasha, you've got to beat a 3, or it'll be Elsyan.
Oh, that was the wrong
That was
one.
the wrong button.
I got a
saw it.
4.
Okay.
Two.
The rest of you watch as he just goes this, as he waves it at Sasha. As Sasha, you are turned into a tiny turtle.
Oh, that is adorable. Oh,
And it is.
Queglod, can I please punt him?
It's about an inch, inch in size.
Can I please punt it?
Hello.
Do not punt the turtle.
Please. For once, Sasha is distinctly smaller than me in every way. This may be the only chance I get. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Better be quick. Doesn't last that long.
Slowly running away.
Okay.
Just gonna throw him with telekinesis.
Okay. You throw Sasha as turtle form.
I'd
As
like to resist this
Oh, this is a
somehow.
fact. Oh.
in turtle form.
I'd like to turn back to normal.
Spider
without
ball.
being picked up.
As the turtle is thrown, it hits the side of the wall. You watch as the turtle takes 1 point of damage, which is as much as hit points it has. And Sasha, you are dropped to 0 hit points as you fall to the floor.
What?
Wait, no, that's
Come
not how
on.
that works.
No.
No,
That's
it's not.
bullshit.
But it is for this. Because it can only be used on willing or unsuspecting party members.
I was not willing.
What?
And I'm not part of his party, thank you.
You are
Very
also
much.
unexpected, so unsuspecting.
Still not part of his party.
Doesn't matter. It's just for you
Zero
guys.
hit? Really? 0 hit points?
Yeah.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
No.
Sasha, you're on
Let's
0
find
hit
that and bring it on
points.
the Prince of Blood.
You're stable, but you don't have to do anything. Sasha's currently against the wall, nodding off.
In what form?
Human form. Or dwarf
Okay.
form. She's just leaning up against the wall. There doesn't seem to be any injury about her, she's just asleep.
Okay, Elsyan. Do not throw the turtles.
Okay, it's not like I knew it would knock her the fuck out.
You were hoping it would, though.
Okay, no. No, quite frankly. Now, I'm never going to admit it, but Sasha is useful, and repeated unconsciousness, tends to fuck the brain up. We kind of need her mental faculties in check.
It's a fun wand.
Okay. And you shouldn't be casting magic on people that don't want it done on them. And I know what I've just done is exactly the same. But I'm Elsyan, therefore I can do it.
And I'm Shuhaba, and this is my shop.
I'm gonna walk over to Sasha and make sure they're okay.
Okay, yeah, Sasha's stable. She's not bleeding out or anything. She's not injured in any other way other than she's currently unconscious with 0 hit points.
Can you wake her up?
Let me see. I'm gonna try and shake Sasha a little bit.
Okay. Sasha,
See
you
if I
come
can
to
wake her up.
consciousness with 1 hit point.
What? What happened?
You feel
I was a turtle.
you feel very weak, but that's about it.
Why? Why?
It's not like I knew it would knock you out. If I
That's
knew
not
that,
how
it was...
magic works.
What?
So Harbour, what in the hell?
Why? What?
You know, I know druids that when they get if they change shape.
Polymorph. How?
The wand of turtles. It turns you into a turtle. Screw polymorph. That's temporary. This is permanent if you want it to be.
Okay. So, quick question here.
Yeah.
Can I use that on an unsuspecting person and have them become a turtle and then punt them and then they go unconscious?
You have to know them relatively well, and you have to be friendly with them.
How well do you know Sasha?
I have scry.
I feel
You
dirty.
pervert.
Wait, hang on. Scrying constitutes enough.
To know someone?
Yeah. Especially when you lot run around all the time fighting rat gods. Yes, I saw that. That was fun. You just
Fighting a
spelled it
rat?
twice.
You guys fought a rat god? I think I
Only a little one.
Wait a minute. Suhaba.
Yeah?
You've been spying on them all this time.
Yeah.
They've been talking about a friend that they just
Do
won't
not
tell
tell
me
him.
about.
How much you willing to pay for the name of this friend, Elsyan?
Please, just tell me.
How much you willing to
Harbour,
pay?
I'm warning you.
Okay.
No, let it happen. It'll be funny.
Come on.
How much you
Do
willing
I have
to
to-
pay?
Technically, it's not against what we promised, so it's fine.
Technical. Okay. What if I'm willing to pay? What if I'm willing to buy one of your exploding ducks?
Ah, they're cheap as balls. You can have one if you want, but 75 gold. I'm interested in more.
Really? For fuck's sake. Come on. You
No,
don't.
I am bound by secrecy, as I was there.
You aren't bound by.
I
You
am.
are bound by. Did this
I've been
person
watching you this
specifically ask-
entire time, scrying every now and then. You're the most fun I ever get around here. This
You
place
need
is
to get
boring.
out more. You need to get out more. You need to go to
I
go
can't.
to visit
do that.
Adamantia once in a while. There's a good tavern there.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh,
Well, we'll make you a cocktail or something.
Name it
Well-
after you.
Call it the Suhaba.
The
Yeah, we'll
Suhaba
get-
Jabba.
maybe.
We'll get tiny little floating ducks, like floating edible ducks, and those will be the ice cubes or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Now,
I'll visit your tavern one point. Take me some time, but I'll get there eventually.
okay.
Like I said,
Right.
we've got a teleportation circle. We
I know.
can't use it yet.
I
but
know, and
that's
I
an
sent you to
easy one.
Adamantia. I have the teleportation there.
You
Just
do, you
getting
do.
back, which is boring.
I mean, we've got a teleportation circle. I'm pretty sure you can use that to just yeet back.
I know. I just can't get back to here.
Can you not like make a semi-permanent
No.
thing?
Could you just.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
can't you just walk?
I could, but it's a day's travel. And I
That's
haven't got the
just
money
the
to buy a
words of a-
horse. They're expensive.
That's just the words of a coward.
Looks like he'll never know the name of the skeleton, will he?
Skeleton?
Yeah.
It was a fucking skeleton. Queglod, you were part. There was a skeleton in the party, Queglod?
And the thing is, he
There
doesn't know if
was,
I'm lying or
yes.
not. You're so gullible.
Oh, you want me to know if you're lying or not?
No.
Go for it. Try your psionic stuff. I know
How
what
good
you
is having a-
did when you went and got that shard.
Okay, they died on their own. Oh, so what if I made sure that they were doing their job and keeping watch all night?
Yes, and let's see how well this truth-telling works for you, eh?
Good God, why
are
do I
you
put up with
such
this?
a prick?
He walks very close to you and goes, I have my motives as well, boy. Turns back around. Anyway. But yes, this is the Wand of Turtles. 440 GP. Doesn't cost that much. Use it. Can turn someone into a turtle. They have to generally be willing or very, very unsuspecting. Yeah, that's just a side effect of what happens. Typically, the turtle's pretty invulnerable. But apparently,
is it now?
Apparently, magic still
Convenient,
works.
that.
Look, I turned a duck into a turtle, and I hit it with a powerful spell. Apparently, just being thrown across a room with psychic does it. A psychic doesn't make them immune. Anyway, I have other things too.
Convenient.
He pulls open a drawer and pulls out a variety of things. He pulls out what looks to be a dark metal hilt of a blade. You see he pulls out a jar with what looks to be very old jam inside. And you see he pulls out a series of strange bones that are tied together with a thick string.
If I didn't know you were a magic man, these would be like the most disturbing contents of a drawer I've ever seen.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I've also still got that thing. I haven't sold it yet. You looked at it last time. Points at the grey
wait, what?
cloak that's on the wall.
What does that one do?
Allows you to see easily.
I need a little bit more than that.
Okay, it allows you to look in all directions at the same time. It's also very good for seeing in the dark.
Elsyan, you like to look around at things and be all-knowing.
I don't need knickknacks and tools to be all-knowing, Sasha. Apart from this fucking skeleton?
Yeah. Never know. Could have been lying. Could have been a dwarf.
Maybe he's right behind you.
I'm gonna insight him. I forgot
ahead.
insight was the thing. I'm gonna insight him.
Good.
In fact, my passive insight is quite... What's
You don't have a passive insight.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, it's investigation, not insight. But,
Give me your best shot, Sam.
Them sounds like nat 20 words.
Do it.
oh,
Nope.
That does not
that's
beat
still a 12.
a 29.
Oof.
How could I have... No, I couldn't. I would have had to have a nat 20 to beat that.
Yeah.
I've got a +7, yeah. You win
Anyhow,
this time, old man.
What's the hilt and the jar and the thing?
This is the Cinder Blade. He holds up the sword. When you get used to it, it lights itself on fire, and it does fire damage. Wonderful thing. There's this. He holds up the jar. This is a jar of gelatinicity. As in ancient times, this is thrown and does various things. However, it can also be poured out to create things. For example, strawberry jam. Pulls the lid off and pours out 4 gallons of strawberry jam onto the floor.
Queglod, do you wanna? I feel like that might be helpful considering your
You can make other things as well.
Is it any sort of gelatinous substance?
Mostly gelatinous substance, yeah? You can make meat stock with this thing. As he says that, you watch as it begins to fill. Ah, shit. Begins to pour it
Oh
out.
no. Oh
I
dear.
need that.
As he makes 4 gallons of cold meat stock.
Why couldn't I be there? I need that.
Are there any limits to what it can create?
It can make... He screws the lid back on. He puts it down. Blood, honey, meat stock, oil, tar, slime, and 7 different types of jelly and jam.
How much?
So it sounds a lot like an alchemy jug. Only with
Yeah,
different
it is. It's just thicker.
And
Extra
perhaps better in some ways. How much?
430 gold.
I will keep that in mind. And the bones.
These are the unseen bones.
Well, not anymore, they aren't.
Basically, when you have this, you wrap it around your neck, and when you want to, you can become invisible whenever you want. However, it can only be used once per day, and the duration is dependent on how much damage you're willing to take.
Maybe actually quite useful, but I'll take the jar.
Sure.
43
What?
platinum, good for you?
Yeah, sure. There's the jar in front of you. Okay.
Excellent.
This is what you now have.
Feel free to put it in Dawn Seekers.
Oh, just want to put it in Dawn Seekers? Sure.
Queglod is also going to be using this. I just want this for certain tension.
There you go. This clear jar that sits within a dark leather pouch with a simple popper latch to it. The jar itself has a pattern of a fountain etched with the glass surface of its sides. Now Sam might get that reference. So will Infernal.
Pardon? What was that?
Do you not remember the fountain of gelatinicity? Infernal, do you remember it?
I know the name from somewhere, but I don't remember.
fucking
Second
bell.
campaign, Sam's molting
Yeah.
cobalt captain who needed to go to the fountain of gelatinous youth so that he didn't molt his hair anymore.
Oh yes.
Yes, that didn't finish
Hmm.
that campaign.
It did, we just never did the second part.
You said 7 types of jam and jelly.
Well, seven types overall of jam and jelly. Oh no, it's got raspberry twice. Never mind, 6.
Could I add a plum jam just to
No.
make it 7?
Actually, yeah, fine, sure.
Is it not?
The
I know.
7th one is your favorite one. The one who wields
You know what? I'll go with that. That's a good addition.
it.
Very
So
well.
yes, the unseen bones. While you wear it, you can cast invisibility on yourself once per day. When you activate the ability, and every minute, you can increase the duration by a minute by taking 1d4 unreducible damage. That one's 1,860 gold pieces.
Oh, I couldn't buy it in the first place, but no.
And the Cinder Blade is, when it is wielded and attuned, it creates a large, fiery, burning greatsword made of fire and ash. It has a +1 to hit and damage, deals 2d6 physical or 2d6 slashing or fire damage, and an additional 1d6 fire damage naturally. If you cast a spell that does fire damage, it deals an additional die of fire damage with the spell. The Cinder Blade, if being wielded by another individual, the blade will disintegrate into ash and the hilt will be left inert. So, in other words, if somebody takes it from you, then it can't be used by them.
Nice. Anyone else thinking that Rook would love to grab this?
That is 4,750 GP.
If only Malcolm was there, he would have bought that for Rook right away.
Wait, what is this?
What a shame you didn't decide to come along with us.
Yeah, you're busy
Yeah,
making
well,
spells.
I had important things to do, like staying at the tavern and getting to know our employees better because they are getting annoyed.
Some old
We've
item...
told them they can talk to us anytime.
Yeah, but you're not there half the time. So, some old items which Suhaba had, which you probably don't remember, is the Robe of Grey Eyes. While attuned to it, you have vision in all directions, advantage on sight-based perception checks, and gain a dark vision of up to 60 feet. Costs 1,250 gold. There is the Ducks of Detonation, which I explained earlier. And an Arcane Lens, which is 750 gold. You can store and identify spell in here for up to 7 days, or until it is used. The spell will last for 1 minute and continue to identify objects during that time.
I'm good with my jar of gelatinicity.
Okay. Yeah. And with the Wand of Turtles, the
Yeah.
only thing which the turtle is immune to all damage with the exception of psychic. So,
I didn't take
Okay.
psychic damage. I took physical damage.
you took
I just
psychic
threw
damage.
him.
It was Sam.
No, Chris, I just threw him against the wall.
I know.
That's bludgeoning.
I know, but how are you going to learn that this thing doesn't have a resistant or doesn't have immunity to psychic damage?
We learn it when it actually comes up.
True, but when are you ever going to use Hammer of Inquisition on Sasha?
You know, it's tempting a lot of the time.
Alright, so, being done in town. Take it.
Yes, for now. Oh, yes. How long can we expect on the wand?
When was that again?
Wand of
the Wand of
sewage
Much
or-
Waterness.
Oh yes, much waterness.
Depends. I haven't got much else to do at the moment, so come back in a month. Or I'll let Malcom know. Yeah, or I'll send
Alright.
you a letter. You've got a rookery.
Yeah, we do.
Hmm.
Also, if you can use sending, you can always message me whenever.
I don't think I can. No, I can't.
He's a wizard? No.
He's a sorcerer.
No.
He's a me.
Yeah, he is a you.
He's a me.
They're very powerful.
Right. Well, I'm happy. I've got my jar of my jam jar.
Yes, well, it's been I suppose, a reductive meeting. It's been very nice seeing you again.
Sure. Take care.
Goodbye.
Yes, yeah.
And Elsyan, you wanted to go visit the blacksmith? Or is Sam angry that
He
he
disconnected.
almost killed Sasha? He
He
rage
disconnected.
quit.
No,
So-
I think he lagged.
No, he rage quit. I can tell.
Okay.
He's angry
No.
because he almost killed Sasha, his best bud, because of some non-immune to psychic damage turtle.
Didn't take psychic damage, but okay.
Yeah, you did. You just didn't know. It was so bad of psychic damage that you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So, as you return back the rest of your days in Adamanthia, that's everything you want to do for the 3 days. As you are now proceeding to move on to, the next step of your plan, which is what?
I suppose everybody still wants to go to
Ravine.
the ravine.
Evolution.
Okay.
I suppose it's still a
Um,
plan, yeah?
I just want to put this forward now.
Okay.
To the party. There is a good chance that we'll just have to say screw it and deal with the
Spiders.
no, the blind butcher's revival.
Why?
I mean, I'm happy to head towards the place where we think his I think it's his body is. That's in like the
The shell.
That's in the. Isn't that in the rusty bit?
I mean, we can't move it, so there's no point going there unless we stay there and keep watch over it at all times.
Well, why can't we move it?
Well, one, it's very important that that thing stays there.
Right.
From what I found out, there's a ley line going through that area, which is most likely tied to the body of the. If the body is removed, lots of bad things will happen.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't move the body.
Is
There
there
was some
anything?
mention though of the seal, like, not doing so well at the moment.
Hmm.
There was mention, I believe, that the seal on the shell is not doing brilliantly at the moment.
Yeah, it was mentioned
There
in
was,
the library.
Yeah,
We need to
because
get
there
into some
was
fish
bit-
stat.
be like weird druids there that handled it, but nobody's heard from them in a while. So I don't think it would be a waste of time to go and check in on them.
Sam, you doing okay? Sam, your internet back or?
Yeah, my PC just crashed.
Ah,
Yeah,
Oof.
wonderful.
thought so.
Always nice.
So you didn't rage quit because you almost killed Sasha.
No. Although that is bullshit, by the way, Chris.
I see. You sound very angry.
Very tired.
Why is everyone so tired today?
I don't
Oh,
see how you
because
could
we
possibly
don't
be
wake up
tired
at 12
if it was
o'clock in the
late.
afternoon.
I didn't.
Didn't you?
No, I got 3 hours of sleep last night. Or the night before.
Saw that?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Oh,
hang
don't
on,
worry
that's
about
your
it.
daily life.
Yeah. Especially when we do Stellaris. Jesus
That's true.
Christ.
We try to implement. Anyway,
We need more. More.
yeah, later. Alright, so, carry on your conversation.
Where
Yeah,
were we?
why?
We're
You were
talking
saying
about
that
a
we would
seal
have to just
weakening.
deal with the.
What was that?
Well, to who?
You.
Yeah, you were saying that we'd have to just deal with his resurrection,
Yes.
and I was a bit
he-
confused as to why.
It appears the Prince of Blood can. What was it, Chris? He can use.
He can use
The-
plane shift multiple times a day as a demon prince, which means he'll be able to use it as a misdirected form of teleportation.
That.
I mean, good for him, but
I don't understand.
Am you here or?
I think Sam is.
Should be.
Okay. No, I literally now just got your text you sent me, which is why I was confused. I thought you died again.
No.
Hmm.
I
I
just
mean,
feel like
being able to
crap.
teleport is cool, but like
He
that
already
doesn't
knows
guarantee him
we're
the
up.
ability to.
The thing is, there's a good possibility he could get the soul and the heart while we're in the ravine.
How on earth is he going to get the soul?
Playing our travel.
Yeah, but it was.
I mean, we've given Maverick warning, and that is where we think it is.
But it's not exactly there.
No, it's in a different.
Yeah.
It's in the ethereal plane at the top of the mountain, at the peak.
Do we have a way to get to the ethereal plane?
No,
Well,
that's why.
the ashes have been taken up by a storm titan, and that's the other point. Is it's ashes. The soul is not intact at the moment. It was burnt.
Right.
I'm not entirely clear on what burning a soul constitutes.
But probably isn't that healthy.
I'll say, as the only person with potentially some understanding of this, I'll allow you to do a religion check with disadvantage. But nobody else I'll allow for this. Just because you're the only one with potential relevancy to souls from the Raven Queen.
Religion, not massive. Da-da-da-da. One moment.
That's fine.
I mean, the roll is the 7, so that's going to be
Probably not that high.
9 total.
9.
Yeah.
Souls, as far as you're aware, they aren't really supposed to be, or even possibly burned. You don't entirely understand.
Do I get an idea of where I could look up this kind of thing?
Either Blackhold or potentially in the old tomes back in your library, back at your manor.
Okay.
Those are probably the 2 locations. Or communing with the Raven Queen, but yeah, that will take some measurable effects to do.
Okay.
Right. Queglod?
Yes.
So, okay. No matter what it actually means, the fact it's in ashes is probably good for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably. So, what can we do from this point then? What would be helpful to stopping this blind butcher coming back, or in some other way inhibiting or distracting the Prince of Blood?
The only way that I can think of hindering is trying to find the heart. It's the only thing that I can think of. Can't get to where the soul is, and the body can't move. So the only thing we can possibly get is the heart.
I mean, all we need to do is stop him getting one of them. We don't need to get any of them. As long as we
just
can
need to either find a way to get rid of one or keep it on lockdown and away from him.
Yeah, that was why my thinking was we should go check out the shell. Because that is on lock. It's just dubious as to how well maintained that lock has been.
Yeah, but
so I was thinking we could go and investigate, and
we can't stay there though.
I wasn't suggesting staying there. Just go there, figure out if there's a way to get access to it, and then fix that. There's supposed to be people protecting it. I want to know what's happened to them. If they're still about, why have they broken contact? If not, what caused them to disappear, and can we get some new people to do their job?
I mean, I'm happy to go deal with the heart instead, but do we have a real lead on that one, beyond it's somewhere in the Enchanted Glade?
One of the 7 trees. That's all we really know. There is no real information about it.
All right. So given that we can't even
absolutely no. I think that we can in fact deal with the tree. You're a druid, man. Commune with nature.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be able to give you a hint?
What level spell is that?
It's like 4th level or 5th level.
It's 5th, but you can ritual cast it, and it has a 3-mile radius or a 5-mile.
Yeah, 3-mile radius.
So even then, trying to find the tree is the difficult part.
It's still better than anything else we've got, but a shell or heart are what I'm putting forward then. Like, if we...
I do have business in the Domain Forest.
That is true. There are bonuses to Rook, and Rook's weapon. Would this be something that would help your weapon? Because quite feasibly, your axe is the only thing that can permanently kill this guy.
It lights it up and makes it look pretty. I mean, I genuinely have no idea what effect it. I genuinely have no idea. I know that half of the axe is currently at the bottom of the ravine, which I need to retrieve at some point. I know that the flame is in Golodom or whatever it is. in the Stone Ring Forest, which I need to go and
Right.
play that with. And there's a dragon somewhere that I need to go beat up, and a Prince of Blood. But them two
Right.
are going to be quite difficult.
We know that is, in some sense, that's part of improving it, or at least helping it do something. I'll put my vote forward for Stone Ring Forest then, because if we can check in on the shell and potentially get a bonus for Rook, like with the one weapon that can feasibly, that we suspect could like take this guy out permanently.
Also, my hope is if we do meet the people in Stone Ring Forest, they might understand what the shell is, and they might be able to give us, even if we do lose it, like do lose a shell, do lose a heart, do lose a soul, they might be able to give us a hint to how to defeat the Blind Butcher. Because at the
Or how to
moment,
track it, maybe.
Also a good point.
because at the moment we don't know how to kill him. We know that the Prince of Blood, the only one way to kill him is with the axe. Does the Blind Butcher have the same thing? Is there only a specific thing that we need to kill him?
The problem
You know
with
what?
that is even if we don't find them, then we don't get any info and we don't get stronger.
Yeah.
Well, if we find the flame, then his axe gets stronger. That's still there are two things that could be potentially useful for us there, as opposed to one.
If we
everywhere
find the
else,
what?
as far as I can.
We find the what makes this axe strong?
The
Flame.
flame he mentioned in Golodon, which is in the Stone Ring Forest. Or, well, is it in Golodon or is it in the mountain? I wasn't clear on that.
The
believe
flame is
it's
in Golodon. It's what
Right.
Golodon's based around.
Right, we can go to Golodon. I think we can head to Golodon and check that out as we go through. Does that feel feasible?
Yeah, feels doable.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Then my vote's for Stone Ring.
Second.
Third.
Okay.
Romance
Is it
review.
currently
Mm.
3-3, or Elsyan, you're the tiebreaker
Sam?
here. Sam, are you here?
Sam. Oh, it looks like his mic is playing up.
He's typing.
As I don't fucking unplug it.
There we go.
Right.
I wasn't here for the start of the conversation, so
Basically, how do we cut this down into a very short thing?
Okay.
Rook's
here-
got some cool stuff.
wherever
in
we've got the
Golodon.
more chance of getting stuff that will get us the most.
Here is the breaking it down. Oromance Ravine, dangerous journey, potentially high payout because you'll be getting
One of the relics and a good
you'll be
sword from me,
getting a good sword and one of the relics that you're going to find.
which are basically guaranteed if we can get down there. If we can.
Yeah, no. Not all
There's-
match Ravine.
And then there's Stone
We
Ring
haven't-
Forest, which you don't have any current way of getting to. But once you get there, there's the Promethean Flame in Golodon, which will help Rook potentially, somehow, to do with his axe, to at least achieve one of the 5 trials. And the seal for the shell to the Blind Butcher is in the Rust Bastion, which is in the center of Stone Ring Forest, which is apparently weakening, and the Guardians have gone missing and they haven't spoken or mentioned or said anything for the past 250 years.
All I'm saying, okay, no Romance Ravine. The other one. That
Understandable.
is Elsyan's vote.
Stone Ring.
Right. Then let's go to Stone Ring.
Stone Ring.
How?
Find a way.
How close can we get to Stone Ring with teleport or?
You have
home
no
ring
teleport
things?
spells.
No, me not.
The closest you can get through teleportation would be as if you asked Hurricane to take you to Oregon, and then you would have to go round from Oregon through Voradun, up through, past the mountains, across the old pass, and into Golodon. That would be at most, well no, at least a month's journey.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
The old pass is also very dangerous. Sasha, you would know that, as you lived there for a long time. Going round the other way, you're looking at the journey which you took at the beginning of the campaign, 4 months.
At that
Teleportation
point, they'll pretty
spells.
much be gone.
Teleportation spells. There aren't any on the table. Nobody knows teleportation. The only one who does know teleportation is Kethox, but he is strictly forbidding himself from getting involved in any of your matters,
Yeah.
as they are, quote-unquote, your problems to solve.
But why though?
Because he doesn't care.
Because
It's not his problems to deal with. If he's solving everyone's problems, no one gets better.
yeah, he said he'll step in if things get really bad
Who is it?
with him.
Kethox.
But other than that,
Malcolm's grandfather's ancient gold dragon.
great grandfather.
Great-grandfather, sorry.
Oh, is that the gold dragon in our tavern?
Yeah,
Yep.
the one that's been visiting your tavern for the past half a year and none of you have noticed.
I mean,
it's gonna take a month to get there. At that point, he might have already got the shell.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth.
I don't think Oromance Ravine is worth it. I don't think we aren't strong enough to take it. We simply aren't.
We've just spent so long preparing for it.
Yeah, we have.
Have we though?
Yeah.
Like,
We got the homestone, and that's about it.
Oh
That-
yeah.
As far as I'm aware, that's like the only tangible.
That's
Got
just
the upgrade
replacing
for
something that we already
Queglod.
had last time.
Got the upgrade for Queglod. We got my slime. We've
I've
also
now got ranged
gotten
weapon.
spells and ranged weaponry.
Oh
It just
yeah.
doesn't feel like we've improved that much.
By the
but-
way.
Well, you might not have, but some of us have.
By the
No,
way.
you have your dragon hammer. Oh, sorry. Come on.
I was just gonna say I did figure out the other way into Ornamental, but that is not a possibility. As it requires human sacrifices as well as us having zombies.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Except I don't have my dragon hammer because I had to pick it up, and I don't know if we got round to that like we were supposed to.
Picked it up.
Pretty sure you picked it up.
It takes a while to make. It's not going to be made for a
Yeah.
month, and it's been
said
it's
Oh,
been a week.
but
It's
okay.
been 2 weeks from Relical to Blackhold. It's been 4 days now, and when you asked for it to be commissioned, it had been 4 days. So you've got about a week until it's ready.
All right. Well, I'll find a way back there then. Oh wait, no, I think he said that he would send word and we could get access to something. Yeah. Worst comes to worst, I'll have them send it to the tavern. But I say we check. Fine. If we want to do I'd still put forward for checking out the Enchanted Glade for the heart, but I'm not going. But what are people's thoughts now?
Well, Ormond or Enchanted
Ormond's-
Glade and Stone Ring Forest are both uncertain if we're gonna guess something out.
Yeah.
We
or
know
Ormond's
that
being
this,
the
if we're
bonker.
certain that the relic and the weapon are down in Ormond's Ravine.
So are we just saying that we're just gonna let him come back? I'm not being rude or anything, I'm just trying to ask.
I don't want him to come back, but if that's what feels like we're supposed to do, then I don't know.
I mean, if we
Um,
don't go to
He's gonna come
either of
back.
the places, he's gonna come back. There's nothing we can do to stop
Prince
him.
of Blood is going to figure something out eventually if we don't actually do anything.
The thing about Oromance Ravine is it's not on a time limit, whereas the Enchanted Glade is, and the Blind Butcher is.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think with Stone Ring Forest, we stand the most chance of being able to actually achieve something.
But we can't get there in
But
time.
it's the logistics of getting there.
Mm.
That's the problem.
What if we went through the Enchanted Glade to the Dragon Sanctuary, then to Skycalm, then to Stone Ring, through the mountains? We travelled through them before, and it's
Getting
not really
from
been
the Dragon Sanctuary to Skycalm took 2 weeks. Getting from Skycalm across to Stone Ring is going to take you another 3 weeks because it's mountains which are not familiar terrain. and also because getting to Skycalm was easy because you're on the same level. Going down the opposite way is not going to necessarily be as possible. That's excluding encounters that you might find along the way.
Okay.
So it's
No.
5 weeks travel going that way. So it would be faster just to try and ask Hurricane for a favor, get to Oregon, and then take the month journey. But the road is a lot more dangerous.
Now, on the
Wait,
flip-
actually, that's a question. Hey, how many times can Malcom use conjure animals?
Depends. What are we trying to do with it?
I mean, if we could fly over the mountains, that'd certainly be quicker.
If flying over the mountain, I'd need to be able to make at least 4 things at a time. So with that, I'd need a 5th level spell slot. Which means... How many 5th levels do I have?
2.
Just double checking.
No, it should be 2.
Yes. 2. So I could be able to keep it going for 2 hours.
And what are we looking time-wise on fly, if anyone has that?
10
I don't
minutes.
think that's
at
very
most.
long, yeah,
I think it's a
10
minute
minutes.
duration on fly.
Right, and you're a level... You don't have access to 6th level spell slots, do you, Sudz?
Nope.
Right, because wind walk would be fantastic.
So,
I'm really not feeling Romance Ravine. I just feel like even if it's supposedly guaranteed loot, it's dangerous down there, and we're on time limit for the other stuff.
I mean, if
Yes, but if we end up not getting anything from the other places, then we lose time and don't get...
if we abandon the thing for the blind butcher, we can work on trying to empower ourselves to be strong.
It's true, and
We can make ourselves stronger. If the blind butcher comes back, which quite frankly, I really don't think we're going to get through Ormant's Ravine. Because I'm in agreement with Harlan that we haven't gotten much stronger. Not as a party.
but
As a couple individuals, sure, maybe. As a party, no, we haven't.
we don't really have an actual goal besides that, though. Like,
I get that, but if we can make ourselves stronger, knowing on the presumption that the blind butcher's coming back, and we're facing the Prince of Blood, we can then go right. Okay, we need as a party to get stronger, not as individuals, as a party to get stronger to deal with this shit.
Yes. Out of character, Ormant's Ravine is the only place that we have so far we can actually level up.
Yeah, but do you really think we can actually get through Ormant's Ravine?
Yes.
There is a possibility we can make it through Ormant's Ravine. I can keep Pass Without a Trace.
We can keep Pass Without a Trace all the time.
Yes, I can keep it up at all times.
And what if they roll a nat 20 on perception?
I don't roll perception for creatures. I rely on passive perception alone.
Do you? Okay, then that's fine.
Yeah. I never roll for creatures unless they already know you're there.
Fair.
We have
So the problem is then Sasha and Rook with their disadvantage. That's the only thing.
Sasha, Rook, and
And
Orm.
the chances
How
are nat
long
1.
does Pass Without a Trace last?
Pass Without a Trace lasts for an hour.
Okay, I can keep enhanced ability on those.
So, refresh my
It's also
memory.
now.
Were we not using Pass Without a Trace last time?
We
We
were.
were.
Not as much because we didn't have spell slot.
Yeah.
Back then, when he was, I believe you were level 9 when you went in here last, or level 10. I think. Actually, no, it was level 10. You went in here when you were level 10. You proceeded to go through, but he couldn't use his spell slots all the time because he needed his spells to do damage. That was before Circle of the Wild got changed to be more beneficial for someone who fights alongside companions rather than using them as a shield and casting spells. Because the archetype changed, so he needed spells to actually be useful in combat, and that meant that he had to reserve spells to do anything in combat other than just use cantrips. But now that he doesn't need those anymore, he has more throwaway spells. Effectively, if I've summed that up correctly.
Sounds about right.
Oh, Sudz just said his computer's overheated.
Okay.
Oh! Glad I summed it up rather than waiting for Sudz then.
Yeah, you did well. Oh, I'm game for the Ravine. That's my vote.
One thing I am going to say, just to kind of add this compromise, well, not compromise, the benefit Rook would get from Goldon is the same benefit he'd get from Orment's Ravine, but Orment's Ravine comes with an item. Because both of them
Two items.
are referring to a trial. Well, yes, but I'm referring to just Rook. Because if Rook...
So, because in
'cause Gondolin, it's the Flame. In Dark Reap Ruin, it's the Gauntlet. So either way, he's completing a trial, so it changes nothing about that.
Right. And also law is there, so Sasha can do their thing.
Yeah, with the god. With Alarandra. Okay, you can say what you like. I've had this on the books longer than you, and it's a literal god asking me to do it. So you wait your turn.
I've had that since I was born.
Well, then why didn't you tell the party about it?
Because he didn't exist.
Exactly. So, look, I will talk to Alarandra about it, but you are not just going off and dragging it away when I am literally contracted by a god.
Who is Aleuir?
God of the weave and fate and blah 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 blah.
So,
Well,
like,
take God.
soothsayers and card readers would pretty much use her power then.
Yeah.
So the fact that
By
the
the
card
weave,
reader
you
had
mean the weave of magic, right?
Alarandra's the Weave of Fate.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so the fact that the card reader or the fortune teller told Infernal pretty much he was going to get it, wouldn't he be using
Yes.
her power to find that out?
Maybe, but also there's some weird stuff about how Alarandra has been less impact on the weave, if I remember correctly, due to certain...
She doesn't have the ability to force things to occur within the weave as readily. This means that she doesn't control fate. She simply watches over it. Her power has weakened since the atrocity, which weren't named back then, but they are now. But basically the idea is Alarandra is currently... She's not sealed within the ball. That is one of her more direct powers of source. Law is another one. And there are a few others as well. They're the ways to channel her. There are other ways as well through natural, like, soothsaying, that kind of thing. But the chances of getting her divine will is a lot weaker than, or a lot less likely than, say, through the orb.
Like, again, I'm happy for Infernal to have the sword, just after I've been like, hey Alarandra, this is the sword. You told me to got it, I got it. We cool? Great.
Okay. Okay, as long as there's not going to be any friction if something happens, that's
Let me
fine.
talk to her as well.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're more than happy for you to talk to her as well. It's just a matter of I need to have done the thing. Like, if you then take it, I'm not culpable for that. As long as it's like, hey, I've got the sword. Hooray! I've done what you told me. I do not want, even a sealed god, I do not want to be on their bad side.
Fair dues. What did she task you with? Was it just to retrieve it, or was it to find its next wielder?
Retrieve it from where it is basically been. So I need to get down there, but I just basically beyond that, it's like just let her know that I've got it as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
It's a bit fuzzy on the exact details. So I think as long as I get it out of there, and I'm perfectly happy for Infernal to use it. It's just a matter of like, I need to like have it at one point to be like, hey, here you go, Alejandra. Cool.
Okay. Okay. Well, my vote's with the Ravine then, and hopefully
Yeah,
we can move some of. I mean, 3 of us have storylines all tied up down there.
Yeah. I'm happy to go down there. I just think if things start looking bad again, let's bring chalk this for definite this time.
Oh yeah, I mean, if things get desperate, if things get bad, then yeah. I mean, there's not much point in staying there and going, no, we're going to do this and it'll die. That'd just be a disaster waiting to happen.
Fucking lava spiders, man.
Just remember, though,
Mm.
if we
We
are
don't know where
legitimately considering the possibility that... Sorry, what would you say, Infernal?
Even if we teleport, we don't know where we'll end up.
Exactly. So when
True.
we get yoked into the... where is it? The fucking rebellion and wind up in the middle of a war.
One thing that I have, I've changed the rule on it so that it is the Empire only, because otherwise I have to build another map in Incarnate, which I don't want to.
I can imagine.
So,
That's fair.
in other words, I'm devoting my laziness to change a mechanic to better suit you guys.
It's only so powerful, the magic.
Yeah.
So it can only travel a certain
A wizard did it. A wizard did
It
it.
can only travel
I
a
mean-
certain distance. But look how far away this is away. Like, Tushibar on the upper map is away from Ravine. Surely it could go the other way into the Highlands, right? Nope.
Nah,
No,
it
you
doesn't
see,
work
there's a
like that.
magical barrier between the two. You don't know how
Hey,
it
guys,
is.
Yeah.
Ley lines. Ley
Yeah.
lines.
Guys, if we end up,
Yeah. There you go.
teleporting ourselves into the Elven Kingdoms, I wouldn't be upset with that. Just saying.
I mean, we could get lucky and end up in, like, leave Oromance Ravine and end up immediately in Golodon.
Not wrong.
That'd be quite funny. I'd
We
like
could
that.
get unlucky and end up somewhere really horrible.
In the middle of the Emerald
Basil.
Sanctuary, just us. I can't sacrifice you people in order to save my ass.
Actually, if we ended up in the middle of the Emerald Sanctuary, that'd be great. I'd just go home to my smithy.
God.
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's a lot of places there are a lot more places that we would be fine to end up in than there are that we would be unfortunate for us to end up in.
How much do you want to play the lottery is another question.
Yeah,
It's a mystery that we
just
could
look
end
at
up in a
here,
fire
for
giant's
example.
home. We could end up
Yeah.
in some random fire giant camp, and we're
Okay,
We can end up here.
hey,
yeah,
no, we
something
have to go through a teleportation circle.
Something that you know, or Malcom would mention, because he learned of this through Kethox, the magical effect of Oromance Ravine is restricted to the spell you use. This means if you were to use Dimension Door, you'd roll on the D100 table for teleportation, but then you would have the effect occur based on Dimension Door's distance, which is 500 feet. Same applies for if you were to use Teleportation Circle. You roll on the D100 table to see how off fire you were, and then you go to a bound teleportation circle due to the fact that it is linked to a particular location. You wouldn't be able to influence that to force yourself to end up somewhere that isn't a teleportation circle.
What about Arcane Gate? How does that work? Inside Oromance Ravine?
Now you're going into a realm of spells I haven't looked up. Hold on. Yeah, right, because you have Arcane Gate. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for
it's-
having that spell, and now I have to look it up. And Don John Breaking.
you're welcome. I feel like it's better for you that I bring it up now than
Then
in the middle of a fight.
throw it at me on the cuff. Yeah.
Which one's
Yeah.
Arcane Gate?
Well, it's
It's the
conjuration,
fun
so
one.
it works.
Yeah. It's when you
Oh
start
yeah.
thinking
Oh
about
no, I
portals.
remember this one now. Yeah. So
Yes.
you would choose 2 points. The first one would be on you. The second one would be the 500 foot would be the D100 roll.
Okay. Well, the first is within 100. Within 10 feet.
Within 10 feet. So I'd say it would be within your choice, but then the second one would be the askew one because it's a
Right,
far
okay.
distance.
But it does still have to be above the ground.
Yes. It
So
can't
that's
be.
the
It
restriction.
can't be clipping into a wall.
Yeah, or floating.
Make the infinite terminal velocity portal.
Nice try. They have to be.
That's how we get rid
You
of the
only have one
supply.
active at a time, so you could do it if you were falling a good distance.
It's only one. I mean, it's only one side is active, but like you could get the sides pointing at each other. So you go through that one, and then you come out the side of the other, and you continue going down because it's each side of each portal rather than only one portal at a time.
But yes, so that one would be askew as well.
Okay. But in a fun way, so.
So yeah, you'd end up at a bound teleportation circle. The reason I say you do want to try the lottery is if you go in there, I can roll a d100 on teleportation circle and see if you end up in, say, Gondolon. Or Golodon.
Gondolon, the land of canoes.
You'd end up in Golodon, but it's a d100 roll, so...
Isn't that in the Ocean Kingdoms? Gondolon? Green Dragon? Gendel? Oh,
It's
that
Gendelon.
Gendelon. Yeah.
Oh my god! I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, no, a lot of my names stuff are very related to one another. I mean, you've got Feathering and Featherwing, you've got Golodon and Gendelon, you've got Stasha and Sasha. So, anything else you want to discuss, or?
No.
Let's give Ormond's Ravine a try, but if things get scary, I am more than happy to advocate we just go away and try again later.
Okay. I'm up for Oromance.
With the caveat that I would see Oromance Ravine as pretty much admitting defeat on the Blind Butcher front.
I mean, I
It
agree,
doesn't
but it's
seem
like... Could you maybe commune with the Raven Queen and get her to interfere with the soul? Because that is kind of her wheelhouse.
Yeah,
If it's not in her
unclear how
possession,
much.
there's not much she can do. She could send End to attempt to intervene, but End wouldn't necessarily have power over a creature that owns the soul. He can only,
If I can figure out,
take
yeah.
3 souls.
If I can figure out what this burnt thing means and how we can stop that being reverted, then that should be fun. Presumably, they need the soul intact. The ashes aren't going to do it for him. Again, depending on what ashes are. Obviously, it's not a physical object, so. It isn't, right?
What? Soul?
Souls, yeah.
Souls typically don't take a physical form. They can be trapped
Yeah.
within soul gems, but
Yeah. That's not the same.
it's not the same. So, what is the plan? Because if you have a plan of movement on a given decision, I can start enacting that.
My vote's for Romance.
Romance Ravine?
If we're confident that we don't have a plan for the Enchanted Glade, then yeah, sure. Let's go Romance.
Fuck it, Ormance Ravine.
Yeah, why not?
Let's face it, that's the answer we're always going to come to.
I've just messaged Sudz to ask if there's anything he wanted to do other than just cast Pass Without a Trace. Just because, if there's anything he wanted to do before you guys got there or anything. I'll wait to see if he responds. So, as you begin to make your way there, your 3-day little vacation ends as you begin to make your way towards Orm's Anchor. It's not that far of a journey, or Orm Anchor, sorry. Not that far of a journey, it's a day's travel. You've been there before, you travelled in the harsh winter, so it's actually nice to see all of the flowers and the new buds and the blossoms on trees now beginning to bloom and scatter through the wind. As you reach Orm Anchor, you can see there are various individuals working. You can hear the sounds of the forge, the fires burning up into the sky, the pillars of cloud and soot rising upwards, as you can hear the ironworks going ahead. You wander into town, Are you staying the night here, or are you moving straight into Ormance Ravine?
I think we should
Stay the night.
stay the night, make sure we're fresh for Romance Ravine. We want to go in there
Yeah,
as
definitely.
prepared as possible.
Okay.
We don't want to rush this.
I will say 5 silver for the party. This will encompass your food and your stay. So if somebody wants to take that.
I'll
pay
pay
it.
it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Elsyan's gonna be useful for fucking once.
Interesting. So, you pay the 5 silver over, you stay the night, prepare to move forward. Moving into Oromance Ravine for the first day. Nothing word back from Sudz, as Malcom casts Pass Without a Trace.
I cast enhance ability for stealth or dex.
So, Pass Without Trace is what level spell? Second?
I think so, yes.
So he has 4 hours plus 4 hours, that's 8. Plus he can cast it another 4 times from 4th level, so he can cast it for 12 hours of journey. And then he still has 2/5 for casting spells.
Yeah, I can do the same.
Okay, keep in mind that you don't have the additional spell slots, so yours would be 3.
It would be 8 hours and then 11.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right, because the duration's increased with higher level as well.
Yeah.
Double check that.
Yeah, let me check actually.
Yeah, just because if it's second level, you don't have the increased.
Third level, you get 1 additional creature. I don't know.
Oh, so it's just casting it.
Yeah, I'll be twin spelling it for a second level, and then at 3rd level, I don't need to.
Okay. Keep in mind, Aurum does need it as well. I'll say Aurum could have her armor removed for a portion of the time. It would mean her AC would be drastically lower.
How much would my
That's-
AC drop with my breastplate off? Chestplate.
Without your plate armor, you would have 12 AC.
Fuck.
Also, if anyone goes down, they come back up again as a zombie.
That's only
Yeah.
on the second day down and onwards.
Okay, that's still a big risk, though.
That's true.
I really don't want people taking their armor off.
Yeah, I'm not taking my armor off.
Outside of Learman's tiny hut, maybe. Because you know you got to sleep, but
Okay. So, in such a case, using Enhance ability, negating some of the disadvantage. Also, seeing as you're using it for large portions of time, I would like everyone to make me a stealth check, please. If you have disadvantage, usually you do not have it here. I will roll for Sudz, and I will also roll.
It's
19.
I got 17.
Remember, you have a +2.
A what?
You have a no, not +2, +10.
Yeah, that 19.
yeah, 19.
15.
Here.
Okay, Orum's fine, B's fine, and Arachne's fine. So did anybody get below a 10?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh,
Party in general, moving through for the first day. There aren't any threats around particularly at this current time. There aren't any creatures that are out. As it begins to get closer to nighttime, that begins to change. As the sun continues to go down, as the last bit of the cast shadows and the sun reflect off of the rock above you as it disappears as you're traveling along the narrow path, the air around you begins to chill. What would you like to do?
yeah, when is this?
This is one day into Ormance Ravine.
Are we just doing the same thing, or do we need to rest?
I mean, are you resting? You've been traveling for 12 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to rest because we're going to need spell slots and stuff, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're gonna need spell slots and not having exhaustion.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, not having exhaustion.
Yeah, 12 hours travel is about all we can do for a day, so that's...
Using the homestone, setting up for the night, are we taking watches?
I'll take first.
Yeah, I can take the last two.
I'll take a couple. Because I only have to
If
sleep 4
we
hours.
need more people, I'm happy to, but if we don't, then fine. Not.
I'll
say
Felipe will be taking watches throughout. So.
Felipe will take watches throughout. I'm going to have Malcom perform first watch, Rook perform second, and then Sovek and Elsyan.
Sovek?
Who?
Say.
Who is the Sovek? I had a Sovek voice in the sky said so. I know his name now. My grandfather was called Sovek.
No, Bern.
Was your grandfather a skeleton though?
Bern, the new Sovek and Elsyan will be able to take the last two. So if you'd like to go ahead and roll for Felipe for your entire watch, and it's Malcolm will take his watch. 19 on his part. What is Felipe's overall watch?
His overall perception is +3, so that's an 11.
11. Felipe looking out across the ravine as the last bit of the sunlight dims. It's the same spectacle as we've seen last time. The ghosts begin to rise up, wraiths begin to move around and drift from area to area, just patrolling slowly around the general area. A few common folk spirits begin to move and drift from place to place. And that's about all that's seen. Rook, if you'd like to go ahead and roll on your end.
Is 12.
Being awake for your watch, you look out and you can see the same thing that you saw last time. The wraiths moving around and proceeding to perform general commune style like projects and rituals. They're moving around from place to place and speaking to one another as if it's a daily life before finally you go to rest and the other two take over. If each of you could make 2 perception checks for us. Bern and Sovek. Not Sovek. I'm gonna have
Bern
to
and
use
who?
Bern and Elsyan. You want to make both of them at the same time? That's fine. 'Cause you got two.
Is it 2 checks?
It's two different checks. Yeah. So Bern to roll an additional one as well.
I mean, could I just use my passive?
Passive would be if you're traveling and the creature's trying to sneak up on you.
True. I mean, they're not gonna sneak up on me.
Yeah.
Well,
The best way to look at it, as I found out, is passive is defensive, active is offensive.
Yeah, that's if you're active. But yes, I've got a 21 and a 20.
Okay. And Bern?
14 and 4.
14 and 4. Okay. With the bits of the watch, you again see the wraiths moving around. Elsyan, this being your first time here in Romance Ravine, it's rather scary.
It's spoopy.
You
I don't like it.
You can see ghosts freely moving around.
But I've seen weirder.
I
survived the Emerald Sanctuary. Should not have done that. Should not have gone there.
Oh, what's that? You went to the Emerald Sanctuary? I used to live near there.
It's a shit show. Green dragons, man. Multiple.
Ooh.
I
Terrifying.
think.
Were any of them red?
No, things said to be green in the Emerald Sanctuary.
Damn.
Be a
Hence the
minute.
name Emerald.
I don't know.
Aren't you all about precious materials and stuff from the earth?
Yes, but you can get different colored emeralds. It's not because they're green that they're emeralds. It's because it's their Never mind.
I love pissing you off.
Sasha had a big brain intelligence then, all because of stone cunning.
Exactly.
See, here's the thing.
Also, jewelry proficiency.
Elsyan knows this. Elsyan knows this. He just doesn't piss Sasha off.
You know what? I'm like, okay. Have you ever seen a black diamond?
A black diamond? Now, I thought that diamonds came out of the ground purely as that cut shape. Black diamonds. Black. That's amazing.
Elsyan, your noble is showing.
Yeah, you're messing with me, and I get that, but fuck you.
It's so easy though, Sasha.
You know, I'm beginning to agree with your mother.
Okay. You take that the fuck back. Turtle boy.
Oh, well, what you gonna do? Gonna turn me into a turtle again?
I didn't turn you into a turtle, I just threw you.
Still don't know how that did psychic damage.
Neither do I.
What strange
Neither do
turtle
I.
ability- strange turtle magic, of course.
Oh god. No,
curse of
we'll drop it now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, as you continue on the
I'm
next
not even
day,
awake yet. I'm sorry.
as you continue on the next day, just a little while in, you come to the same point that you were before, where the rock has crumbled away. The gap is currently 20 foot wide, as when you last passed over, the rock fell in, and the last of that small hopping bridge is gone.
Would conjure animals work here?
It could, and he could cast it at 5th level, be able to get across, but it would be a high level cast. Or at this stage, he could probably cast it at 3rd level for the last 3rd level cast, and it would be able to get you across. He'd have the higher slot later for past that.
You know what? We have other.
Yeah, my Vira can take some of the possible other traces as well.
Yeah.
How big of a gap is it?
20 foot.
20 foot.
Eek.
Yeah, that's fine, I think. With the
you guys give me 10 minutes? I cast the 4th level spell Fabricate and proceed to make a bridge.
Okay. Waiting for the time to pass, as the ledge that you were previously moving across is mended, and the fully restored with stone from the nearby area, cutting a small alcove. So even if you don't trust it, you can go through the alcove instead. After 10 minutes, it is repaired, and you continue on your way.
Just seemed easier, if I'm honest.
Just keeping watch while this is happening. Obviously,
that's fair.
We're not being lazy here.
As you move down further into the ravine over the course of your time walking down, I'd like everyone to go ahead and make stealth checks again, please.
Maybe I can roll.
This is the next day, correct?
This is the next day, yeah.
18.
So those who would
I presume this is still with pass without the trace and a
pass without trace, and anybody who would have disadvantage no longer has it.
Okay.
What does pass without a trace do?
15, +10.
17.
Oh right, okay, that's 28. I'm fine.
Okay, that is a natural 1 on B. B is, however, made of paper. So.
B.
You should probably have advantage in this.
Be surprised how noisy paper can be.
I don't hear
Let
a
me
paper
show you.
plate making any noise. I haven't heard a paper plane make any noise while it's flying.
She's not a paper plane.
I mean, she can be one.
She can be one, but
Never listen to ASMR.
That sounds quite dodgy.
Crunkle, 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 crunkle.
Is this making anyone tingle?
No.
Didn't think so. No, that was the one piece of paper I really shouldn't have screwed up.
My codex.
Fuck me, if my codex could physically make that noise.
So, as you continue, the only noise being made is B during this time. Let's see what creatures are about at this time. It's fairly early on in the day. It is noon, so there's probably not going to be much, if anything, about. Okay, at this time, as you're traveling, nothing seems to have grabbed your attention, or you don't seem to have grabbed anything's attention. As you continue to travel, you do look around, and you do note that there seems to be, or Elsyan, you pick this up most of all, you do note there seems to be a few wraiths that are tracking your location, but they aren't engaging.
But they seem to be effectively spying on us.
Yes, they're making sure they're either making sure that you either aren't aware of them, or they're just keeping tabs on where you are and what.
I'm gonna turn around and wave at them.
You turn around and wave. The rest of the party's confused as they look back. Most of you can't see them.
Wraiths.
Oh.
They're following us. Just let them know that
Okay,
I can
should we
see
do that?
them.
So you just told them that we do see them.
Yes.
I
And
want.
Oops, did not mean to grab something there.
I won't argue with your logic.
Just give him the bird. No, actually.
No. Well, I just give them a friendly wave. Hello, yes, I know you're there.
For the time being, while you're traveling, they seem to maintain pace and they do continue to follow you. And at some point, they break off. You're not sure at what.
Just
Wait, 1 second. Not Think, what is the name?
Thing.
Is
Fang is with us, yes.
Yeah. He's always with us.
In spirit.
Or-
hello
No.
there, Fang. Wait a minute. Has Elsyan met Fang? Like,
No, I
properly?
don't think he has.
He has now.
Ah, yes, a Kenku manservant.
I'm your archaeologist.
Kenku manservant, exactly what I said.
I don't like this one. Can we have the
Most
person
people
back?
don't.
I don't think anyone does.
Can I have who back, Si?
The other one back. One who was nice.
What other one?
Oh, friends.
Points at the skull on Rook's side.
Okay,
Right.
I know that it was a skeleton, I think.
Oh, is that
Fucking
Fang?
Sue Harbour. By the way, we're being spied on by Sue Harbour.
Oh, yeah.
Almost constantly, apparently.
Okay.
He's
You're
a
like
creepy
dating
old
like
man.
TV for him.
Who's Suhaba?
Ah, you would have met him, would you?
Oh, he's a really
No.
powerful sorcerer who basically spends his
A
time.
sorcerer?
He's a crotchety
Yeah.
old man.
He's Dragonborn.
Really,
Yeah.
he's super
I'd like to
powerful.
meet this
though.
man.
He sells exploding ducks.
He's also a
Oh,
dragon.
also, he said he had a job for you, Malcolm.
You probably should have mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, talk to Gen or something. I don't know.
He didn't pay too much attention. He was too busy fucking with us.
Yeah.
Interesting.
On the plus side, I got this sweet jar. Hey, guess what? Hey, you like blood, don't you? Don't you, Bern?
Uh-huh.
Are
Where
you
did you get that idea?
blood is a good
You
idea.
do like
here.
blood, though.
I don't mean to raise anyone's suspicions here, but those wraiths that were following us earlier have disappeared.
Where did you get that idea?
Stop chatting shit.
You know, it's your we can walk and talk. You know, the fact you've got a slimy boy
Yes.
inside you.
Be loud, Sasha. That's a great idea.
All right, you've got a slimy boy inside you. Are you happy now, Elsyan?
Almost.
Now, if you would just go a little bit quieter.
And not talk at all. And turn off your beard.
That would be glorious.
Just press the button. Stop it.
Rolling a stealth check
You
for
can
Cervix
find the
skull
button,
with
you can
disadvantage.
press it.
I'll
Okay.
find it, you filthy dwarf.
Oh.
Press your nose.
Cervix skull got a pretty good stealth.
Cervix skull is just an inanimate item.
Which is
It's
currently
playing
playing you
music.
music.
Like
Yeah.
crap.
It
Oh,
passes without a
true.
trace and no modifier to stealth. It got a 23. Disadvantage.
God,
If you didn't have disadvantage, you would have had a natural 20.
Chris, sometimes you scare me.
I
But yes, Bern. What you do like blood though, don't you?
I mean, Blue does, yes.
All right, I bring him a jar. Blood.
Okay.
Bring him out.
You-
I'm gonna feed him.
No.
Sasha.
Sasha,
God damn it.
One thing which I'll
keep
I'll
your
point out.
voice down.
One thing I'll point out because you weren't there. If he brings out blood, he becomes bloodied.
Oh, okay. I'll fight.
Let me take a look at it. I smell the blood.
It smells like blood. Has that slight irony smell to it.
Does it sound like quality blood or trash blood?
Trash blood.
Bloody
Ew.
vampires.
Take this
This is
away.
magically made. This is not from any particular creature. It just seems to be. It's a replica of blood. It's one
Is this
pint
supposed
of
to-
blood to be exact.
is supposed to be kid, but it's not.
It's supposed to be blood. I mean, I'm
Yes,
sorry. I
it's
don't.
not good.
I mean, it's blood. Of course, it isn't good. It's blood. Generally, it's not pleasant.
We would think that.
Anyway, is this the time for David to be doing this?
Yes, plum jam.
Sasha?
Sasha,
Fuck's
where
sake.
are you
Get a god!
Where
Sasha,
the gods?
there is a time and a place for fucking about. Sir Harbour Shop, we can fuck about there. Not in Ormond Ravine. This place is spoopy.
By the way, I
Don't make
haven't
me
put
take this jar.
All
Oh,
right, no, all right. No, I put it away. Fine, let's go.
I
go,
haven't.
Malcolm.
What is wrong with you?
Shut up a sec. Malcolm, what's up?
Fucking rude.
Have information on other artifacts.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. The information I have is on. I currently have some information on Titan Breaker, Solar Crest, Lapis Crescendo, and Scourge's Witness.
Titan
Oh.
Breaker. I think that's
Hang
one
on,
I
I
want.
missed all of that. My cut out.
I don't know what these are, but sound interesting.
You've been
Titan
through
Break-
initiation. You know what all of these are.
Titan Breaker, yes. I know that the King of the Storm Giants has next to Oregon.
We believe it.
But you know of the other names of the others.
Yes, but I don't know what they are.
There are 3 different possibilities of who might have Titan Breaker.
Okay.
There is a elemental titan that lives within the plane of air that could have it, as well as Tunari, chronic deity of wind, who is also in the plane of air, and the Tempestral King, that storm giant.
Pretty sure it's that one.
It,
I have a
like I
feeling.
said, there's a possibility of each one could have it. Solar Crest. This one's gonna be harder.
Oh, great.
All the possibilities are within the Astral Sea.
Makes sense.
We've got a Star Titan, Astral Whale, and Astral Dragon.
Don't forget the Astral Dreadnought.
Or the Astral Dreadnought, true. Or
Even
the
in death, I still serve.
Dreadnought.
And it's the
Oh, I
largest
know the
creature
rough
of
area
its
where an Astral
generation.
Dragon is.
Hmm?
I know the rough area where an Astral Dragon is.
Astral Dreadnought, you say, Chris?
What the hell's an astral dreadnought?
Don't.
Even in
You
death,
don't wanna
I still
know.
serve.
Yeah,
You don't wanna know.
Desmogol the Eternal. Yeah, he's a dragon, and he's an ancient astral dragon. He's thousands of years old. He draws meteorites to himself. That's why we got the well, that's one of the reasons why we've got the observatory. Yeah, Abbott's been keeping a track on that. We can see whether it's borne any fruit yet.
Let's see.
He'll cast Sending when he knows. He hasn't received any such information yet.
We've got Lapis Crescendo,
Hmm.
which is around here.
Wait, where's here?
I ping.
Tower
I know.
King.
Since you
I
are. Oh,
have
here.
to be looking at it first.
Around
Alright.
Tower Key in a place called the Crystal Catacombs.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it might be through that little hole in the mountain there.
Maybe. Who knows?
The hole in the mountain, or reference. I don't think any of you know anything about this except for Bern. What did you do?
So, second dice. I was paying attention, I promise.
I mean, Sasha was aware it was initially either a mine or an attempt at a tunnel, but
It
One
was
of
an
the dwarves
attempt at a
ones, or-
mine. That's all you know. Bern, as someone who used to live around that area, you know that Tower Keen is a defensive town that protects the crystal gates into the mountain, which stop creatures from within the mines that were created from escaping.
Okay, it's probably in there then.
Oh, also, for the Tempestral King, the only real way we could actually get to them is by having approval from the Emperor.
Yep.
In Oregon.
The who?
The
Emperor.
Emperor.
Oh, Emperor.
Yeah. Not the one on the golden throne. That's another Emperor. Yes.
So I was thinking about cooking vegetables, fitting the golden throne in the oven.
And
So
the
rude.
last one
Heretic.
is Scourge's Witness. Which is technically on and within, on / underneath of a Zaratan.
Underneath what?
Zaratan.
Oh, that's the floating islandy one that we mentioned. Oh, that makes sense.
We also need planar travel to get there, which is also very difficult because we actually have to find the thing. It's always on the move. And the only real way to get to it is when it actually does stop.
That sounds like quitters talk. Gotta have a positive attitude, Malcolm.
Hey, I'm just saying what we found out from the riddles.
Perfect.
We'll find
God,
it.
well, I mean,
Well,
It-
well
it-
done.
it's-
You've
it-
done amazing
it's
work.
got a thought. It's a little unconventional, though,
This is everything you do.
as is literally everything we've ever done. Maverick, he created these weapons, so he is familiar with them. Do you think there's any way for him to like give us enough knowledge about them to scry on them, so we could at least get a rough direction for this Zaratan?
He said he had no idea where they were,
Well, no, other than the riddles, of course, but
other than the riddle.
but he is familiar with them, and we have a psychic. Is there a way to convert his knowledge of them over into a basic scrying? I'm just saying it's worth a shot. Maybe. Also, the soul's apparently there, so we may want to give that a look-see.
Well, I mean, we don't really have planar travel, and using planar travel is a bad idea.
Don't have it yet.
It's also a bad idea.
I have no idea what it is.
I mean, I can summon planar allies.
There's a chance that if things go very poorly, we could be separated for years within another plane.
Well, that's something we'll just
That's
have to
another
guess.
bad achieving it.
Unless we have familiarity with the plane that we are trying to go to.
So if you want to go to a plane you haven't been to before, you could basically roll the bones and go, I want to go to a plane of existence. Which one? Any of them. And if you don't know anything about any of the planes of existence, or the one you're trying to get to, it will lottery roll to see which one you get to, and then you roll another d100, and depending on how high the number is, well, the higher the better in this case, because if you roll a 1, then you get a complete mishap, and everybody is scattered throughout the plane of existence within your party.
Perfect.
You know what? Well, we're never going to we're never going to learn new realms of existence if we don't try to go to them.
True. You can also buy tuning forks that are worth 5,000 gold, I think, that can
That's
be
just
attuned to
I
a
think
particular plane of
I
existence.
thought there were 1,000. Hold on.
I'm fairly certain it's dependent on which realm they go to.
Yeah, like
Let's face it, the 9 hells we ain't going to for cheap.
I mean, you could always just
No,
jump down
actually,
the
no.
ravine.
True.
Actually, no, the 9 hells ones are like 5 copper, but no one seems to buy them.
I'll buy them.
There's one imp trying
Chris,
to
it needs to
sell
be worth at least 250.
Oh, 250. Oh, okay, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's super cheap. But getting it attuned is hard.
Yes,
Guys.
that's the main thing.
Guys, we need to work on this, and we could become interdimensional time travelers. Not time travelers, interdimensional travelers.
Good.
Well,
If this world
it's
gets
possible.
brutally destroyed, we've got others.
Wow, Rick and Morty approach. Is Elsyan becoming Rick?
Yep.
That means
Oh.
Sasha's
Now,
Morty,
always gotta-
and it makes sense from the intelligence difference as well.
Yep.
Sasha, you are my Morty.
Oh my
And
god.
that terrifies me. Because that makes me Rick. I'm not smart enough to be Rick.
Hey everybody, I'm Pickle Elsyan.
Everybody!
And we sell real fig doors. Anyway,
Yes, that is
Szechuan sauce!
the information I found out. I also found out a little bit about red dragons. Looking at Sasha.
Oh,
They
any
assholes.
hints?
Well, I'm pretty sure you know the actual or the son's name, right?
I've got it written down somewhere. Begins with an R, I think.
No.
Nope, that's a different one. Then it's a large amount of stuff I've got to say. That one. Looking notes file. Oh no, I'm thinking of Ringa. New ties.
Yes, okay. There is a possibility that he is the one that did the attack on your village, but it'll go to credit to his father anyways. But
I'm obviously
there
we
is a
killed them
chance
both.
that he did it too.
Obviously we killed them both. That's obviously.
Well, in
If
that
you
case,
try and
we
stop
could
me,
find...
you will die.
No.
Yes.
There is...
I think he meant no, he's not going to stop you.
No, I mean, if you want to do that, you go right ahead. If the case is that we're gonna try and kill both at some point, there are peoples that do want to see them gone and would possibly help us. At least the father. Ordigatho.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I mean, obviously we take them both out because Nuta's just Origatho, but less impressive, frankly. Also might be helpful in dealing with Ringar, who's the big undead dragon. Again,
Now,
why is that a thing? Why?
now, guys, I can't help but realise that we are still in Oromance Ravine.
Oh, right, yeah, we should probably get a
I
move on.
mean, yeah,
And
we
you've
are
been
here.
stage
Let's get
whispering this entire time.
Please.
Look, I had to get that information out. I did research.
Right now, did you?
He was gonna do it
I-
earlier, but he overheated.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay, fair enough.
That's why he's
So,
doing
So
it.
you had-
yeah.
And if
That's
he
what
couldn't make
happens
it
when
on,
you hold
I
it
was
all
going to
in.
be doing it. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
you make your way forward. The rest of the day, the sun begins to go down earlier than usual this time, as you are deeper down, so the sun is going to be less present here. Continue to make your way forward. Are you going to press on for 2 hours as you would have the Barcelona Traces to do so, or are you going to rest early?
Do we risk it?
Well,
If you rest early, it will not be It will not be sunshine up when you wake up.
I
Well, we
feel
can
like
wait
we should
around.
go. Like,
Yeah,
from-
keep
We
going
can
till
wait for
after hours.
sunrise or sun up.
Yeah, you just won't have the protection of the bubble.
What bubble?
I mean, we could
Hope
just
The
wait.
homestone.
Oh.
We could just wait around here and then wait until it's the right time to use them and suddenly help.
Or we could just keep going and make more ground while we head to town.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, keep moving for the 2
We
hours.
go and then we rise when it's sunrise.
There doesn't seem to be too much point in just standing around without.
Fair?
Alright, I'm happy to go.
Okay then.
Continuing on your
Forward.
journey. Are you going to say something?
Said forward.
Charge!
Pushing forward and
Slow
continuing
it
to
down.
move on. I would like everyone to make me another stealth check, please.
That's without pass without a trace now, isn't it?
No, this
No.
is with pass without a trace still, and those with disadvantage don't have them currently.
20.
Okay, I think I've misunderstood things.
Pass without a trace can last
It's
for
just
all
because
of your
it's getting
time of
dark.
travel because you have Vyra who can chip in for 2, and you
Yeah.
have
Fine. No,
Malcom
good,
who can
good.
do 12 hours.
Okay, 26.
I don't.
Sorry, I'm lagging a bit.
Yeah,
Do you
you're
want me to
right.
roll for you?
23.
I
I think I can do. Uh, 15.
I
I'll
need
roll
the stats for my other people's. I rolled mine.
That's
I
fine.
rolled.
Just roll for them, and I'll 3 for who?
That's 3 for B,
Okay.
and then this is Orem.
And last one. Oh, you have one for Arachne as well.
Oh yeah, I reckon.
Moving through the darkness, you don't seem to attract anything's attention. The wraiths do begin more present here, and they begin to move around as you begin to see more ghostly structures coming from the other side of the ravine in the wall, where they're beginning to fall. As you are on a large outcropping, currently pushing more towards the other side. The buildings are ghostly and spectral, as you can see individuals moving out from them and moving out into a general lifestyle, moving around and speaking to one another as the wraiths go from place to place. None of them seem to notice you as you move along the side of the ravine before coming to a place to use your homestone. So, I would like everyone, or those who are taking watches, to go ahead and roll for me. So, first
I'll
watch.
Take a watch. Who wants to go first? I don't mind.
Take one.
I'm happy to take a watch. Felipe, I'll be obviously taking a watch.
Okay.
So
I
Felipe,
wanna-
roll for him.
Yeah, I'll roll.
Who's going first? I don't mind, but I don't know if
That's a
Malcolm.
6.
I'll
then
go.
for
I
I'll
Felipe.
want to take the last one, like I
Okay.
used to do.
I'll take the last two with Elsyan, I guess. I don't.
I'll take
Oh,
the second.
yeah, I'll go.
It's like a 10.
I'll take the last 2.
Okay.
I'll get all the stuff I can up front and then do what I need to afterwards.
So,
Wait, no, that's not even a 10. That's an 8.
8. Looking out across the darkness of the ravine here, you can see the light spectral forms moving, but nothing that seems to catch your attention.
Cool.
Rook, go ahead and roll.
What is it? Perception?
Yep.
That's 15.
15. You note that moving among the folk now, as it has gotten darker and the night has come out, you note one particular thing as you're looking about. You watch as the full moon illuminates the cavern. As it does so, you watch as all of the wraiths proceed to bring their hands up to shield their faces before they scatter inside of their homes.
Huh, they don't like the moon. Interesting. Okay. That's really good to know.
At this point, there is nothing to keep watch on, and the remaining 2 watches are successful also. As you keep watch, there is absolutely nothing out there.
Does he inform us before we go to watch or after?
Yeah, I do. Just before you do your watch, just let them know that the full moon seems to have chased them off just like the sun does, so.
Well, it's all sunlight.
Yeah.
Even from the
reflected
moon, it's still.
sunlight.
Yeah.
We're not that sophisticated here.
Yeah.
The moon is its
Sheesh.
own magical thing. Anyway,
It is.
Oh,
And-
fucking druids, man.
I mean, look,
It's the circle of
Moonbeam's a
the moon
second level
liars.
spell. Dawn's like a third level spell, so maybe even higher. I don't know. They're different level spells, man. Sun's more powerful.
Of course it is. I mean, the moon is effectively diluted sunlight.
That's why it's a spell slot. So,
Why are you like this? Why are you purposely obtuse? That's what gets me. You do this shit on purpose.
I know that's what I do it during Warhammer as well.
It's not funny, Chris, and it's not fun to play against.
I'm always down.
Just saying.
All right. So,
In your own home, I would have throttled you already.
Hmm?
I think your mum might get quite annoyed if I throttled you at any point.
I mean,
Do-do-do-do-do.
probably. So,
I like how you're only probably about your mum getting annoyed that I might strangle you.
depends. If she's gone to collect my niece, then she won't be there to know.
That's true. I think I might struggle with strangling you, though. It might take me a while. I'm not going to say I could always overpower you. I think I could get there in the end.
Probably.
And I want to make clear, I'm genuinely not threatening your life here, Chris. Just to make clear for the
fine.
stream.
It's fine. And if you were, no one would believe you.
No one would believe me or you.
Yes. So,
Oh.
so
No one would believe anything. We're all liars.
Guys, my
here.
brain hurts. My brain fucking hurts.
so,
It's not just from the headache that I had when I started.
so, as you proceed to go through the next day, traveling with the sunlight above, risen, and you have prepared for this day. You continue to move. Go ahead and make me stealth checks. Same as usual.
18, 28.
20 for me.
Nice.
That is 18, that's 21.
I
No,
see Bern just
22.
plunking all of his lucky into his spell.
Yes,
What kind of-
26 for me.
Last
Oh,
one.
Chris.
Hey,
Shut up, Chris. I had a nat 20, but this fucking dice blocked it.
Chris. Look what Sasha rolled.
oh no, clanky clanky Sasha is going. Clank 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 clank.
20. No, wait. It's a +9 essentially. So 29,
29, but you get the +5 from natural 20, so 34.
34.
Well done.
Quietest Sasha will ever be.
Yeah.
I just come up behind Elsyan and whisper.
I'm always watching.
I mean to talk to you about that. It weirds me the fuck out. Don't think I don't know you're there.
Queglod, what did you get?
Rolling.
26 for me.
Okay, yours was the only one I didn't know which dice it was.
Oh, okay.
So overall, you are all very stealthy, keeping to yourselves, and managing to move easily through the ravine as you're continuing to make a good pace. You reach the same point as you did before, one of the points you did before, as you can see the darkness beginning to set in at this point. The light is disappearing. The days will now only be 4 hours long, and you are reaching the same place as you were before. As you continue to tiptoe, you can see, as the light goes down, darkness begins to take the ravine once again, as the area is now submerged in darkness. Those without a truer form of seeing, so that would be Bern and Queglod. You two are unaffected, but the rest of you suffer half range on your dark vision.
Mm.
So,
Well, that sucks.
and as you're continuing through with your stealth, you see overhead as you hear from above as a gust of wind comes through, and you look up as you see one of those large threads embedded into the wall, and you look out to where it travels across, and it travels out into the ravine beyond darkness for any of you.
Oh, spider.
I gently pat Rook on the back. Okay.
It's just spiders. It's okay.
You're scared? Look, you're scared of spiders. Really?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Is it just...
When you see these assholes come over to you, trust me, you'll have reason to be scared. These
Yeah,
psychopaths are unrelenting. They are evil. You don't. I don't like spiders.
I
just
don't think spiders can be evil. Unless they're as intelligent as Arachne is.
Part of me just wants to throw you at that web and see what happens, but I'm not going to.
Might I remind you of literally the entire time we were in that spider hive?
Actually, Sasha, that's a very good point. Carry on, Rook, being scared of spiders. Not that you needed my permission.
I'm just
But
gonna
still,
walk,
I
head
understand.
down.
Right. By the way,
not
19
like-
minutes before I have to disappear, so just letting you all know.
Cool.
As
No
you
more
continue-
tanky boy and random spells.
As you continue to make your way forward, trying to be as quiet as you can, you begin to hear the distant hum, particularly you, Elsyan, of a thick
Okay.
buzzing sound. Very heavy,
Okay.
very earthy.
I hate to say it's the second time buzzing today has come up in a D&D campaign. Fucking buzzing.
It's okay. We continue. We don't mess with those.
We just
Okay.
keep our head,
Be
Yeah.
quiet.
keep our heads down and keep moving.
Yes.
You continue moving. You are now moving into unknown territory.
Wow.
We are.
As you
Guys,
proceed
we're
to make your
officially
way
further than we were.
True. As you
Okay.
make your way to this point, you look over to one side, or as you're kind of moving around, you can see that you've probably got another hour's worth of travel to go, and you come across more of a lip here, somewhere where you'd be able to camp safely. Well, I say safely, somewhere where you'd be able to camp without rolling off.
What do you guys reckon? Should we just set up camp here where we know we'll be safer?
We've only got an hour left to be able to travel anyway, so I don't see any reason why
We're
we
gonna have to
shouldn't.
be doing a lot of travel by night anyway at this point.
Yeah,
By darkness. Oh,
but I
Yeah.
think this is a good place to sit
Yeah,
down
exactly.
and wait.
Those may not be very distant, so we should take them where we get them.
Yeah, exactly. We've had this before. We got stuck where we couldn't sleep, so now would be a good opportunity to
Take the
seize
sleep when
moment.
we can get it, because we don't know when
Yeah.
we might be able to get it later.
Exactly.
No, exactly.
Agreed.
So who's taking first watch?
I will take. Oh, can I not take watches? I really don't want to see the spiders.
Elsyan will
Okay,
take
Sasha will
first
take
watch.
a rock.
Belgian?
I'll take first watch and last watch, effectively.
I'm gonna take last watch like usual.
And I will take middle then.
Thank
I'll
you.
take last two.
I'd say
Okay,
Bird's probably better if you take the first two, because otherwise,
Alright, sure. Yeah, sure.
otherwise there might be a bit of overlap.
Yeah, I should probably take a watch as well since I've got dark
I,
vision.
I'm taking
Join
first
me in the
and
middle.
last, so.
Yeah.
Actually, here's a better way of doing this. So,
Is it better? Or is it just a system?
look. Quit
know,
what you want. These are the people who can take watches.
Infernal.
1, 2, 3.
Let's make that clear.
So you know what? I'll
Oh.
take.
Well,
Yeah, because Infernal won't be able to take 2 hours, or won't be able to go 2 hours of sleep, break, 2 hours. He has to have they're adjacent to one another, or split apart like Sam has.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
because
we
we've got to
can
have
take-
that. We don't have to sleep all the way through in order to get. Or normally we don't have to sleep all the way through.
No,
way.
you have 8 hours of sleep, and you can spend 2 hours of light activity where you're not moving. You are simply watching.
So could take 2 and 3.
Oh, by the way, Elsyan will be taking the time, especially during the first watch. In fact, during the last watch, to read his herbalism book.
Bern, do you want to take watches then?
Yeah, sure.
Put you on those two, just because that way they're adjacent to one another. So, Queglod and Elsyan, if you two could go ahead and make your rolls for this, and as well as Felipe, please, Queglod.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm going to read the book in the last watch, not the first one.
Okay.
Should Featherwing make a roll too?
Featherwing
That's
makes a roll on
a
your
16.
Wing
So-
can't stay
Ah.
awake like
Queglod on the
Oh,
left
I
and
thought he
Felipe
was-
on the right then.
Able to.
No, because I remember we've had this discussion before. Your familiar requires sleep when you're asleep, but doesn't when you're awake.
Oh, we actually never had that.
So, Felipe?
For Felipe, that should be a 16 and a 17 for Queglod.
Nice.
And it's a 16 for...
Remembering that
Elsyan.
both of us are now unaffected by
Dark vision.
darkness because we've both got devil sight.
So, as you take this sleep, as you're there, you can hear from a distance away as you watch as the web begins to slowly quibble and contort slightly. As you look over and you watch it kind of shake, you can tell something seems to be moving across the surface of it. From a fair distance away as you're looking at it. As you're keeping an eye out around the rest of it, you watch as a spectral form proceeds to move from one place to the next. You watch as the form seems to have a kind of a heavier half plate on and currently carries what looks to be a large scythe and just drifts along the edge of the ravine, travelling through the darkness, ever so slightly moving from one place to the next. Your watches come to an end. Sasha, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah. I think it probably goes without saying that I'll be letting Sasha know everything that's been going on before heading off.
As Sasha keeps her watch, keeping an eye out and looking about the rest. With half dark vision, you don't see anything special. You do hear strange sounds from within the ravine at various times. You do hear at one point a very loud buzzing, or you hear a
The spiders are feasting tonight.
Oh my god.
If we die, I'm blaming Sasha. Elsyan says in a meditative state.
just about hearing this. And Sasha currently looks out and hears this. Pays it no mind, or does better not to, as the next watch comes to. Malcom and Bern.
Now,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I'd been muted. Yes, I do that. Sorry.
That's fine. I didn't know if you were back or not, because I saw you roll, and then I was like, wait, he's not saying anything.
For my watch, I would like to try and do like a meditation type thing, but focus more on sound since I know my sight won't work too well.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh,
Okay. First time trying this, it's not the most successful.
I was so close to it at 20.
Bern?
Yep.
Oh, hit the wrong button. We have here 8.
8.
Lucky.
Oh my.
7.
7.
Alright. That's it.
That's a 7.
That was my last one for today.
As you're keeping watch, neither of you see or hear anything. Nothing seems to catch your attention. And the final watch, Bern and Elsyan, go ahead and make me a check, please.
Bear in mind, I am reading my Hublism book as well.
So go ahead and make yours with disadvantage then, please.
That's fair.
Oh boy. I rolled a 4, so oh my.
That's still a 10.
10. You're keeping an eye out every now and then. You see Bern's trying his best to see through this, but doesn't seem to be seeing anything. Strangely enough, nothing seems to catch your attentions.
They're waiting.
As the tiny hut dissipates, you're all awake, and Castle Elder Traces cast as you continue to make your venture.
Off we go.
What's the environment like around us, Chris? Because quite frankly, we've just gone through here to say, yeah, you're in Ravine and it's getting darker.
Yeah. The terrain that you're currently on, it is hard stone with a thin layer of orange powder. The stone, when it is lit up by the sun, is a kind of a rustic orange as well. And the grains of sand have a very... I'm going to say a menacing essence to them. You feel very uneasy about them.
It's a case of this place just feels like it wants to kill us on its own
Yes.
without the creatures inside.
Exactly, yeah. And you're finding it very uncomfortable moving around this place. So, I'd like everyone to make stealth checks, please.
Flipping uncomfortable moving around here. Just uncomfortable. Why does
Not.
Seven,
That is a 15.
23.
21.
That is a natural 1.
Oh, for God's sake.
Clank, 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 clank.
15 for me. 16.
We rolled some stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for stealth. So as you're moving forward, Sasha will say...
Natural 1 for Borum.
Go ahead.
Oh, get ready for battle, boys.
Okay,
Oh,
that's only 2 natural 1s.
Heavy
Okay.
armor users.
I now need, because of those 2 natural 1s, I need everyone's total. Burn.
16.
With Pass Out Trace?
Oh, with 26, sorry.
Okay.
I've been forgetting to add that every single time.
Whew. That could have been bad. Rook?
23.
Elsyan?
21.
Queglod?
15.
Malcom?
I don't know. You have my character sheets up.
So
I rolled an 18.
okay, yeah, you're all fine with your plus 10s. I don't care what your modifiers are. You got plus 10s, except for Aurum, who obviously got minus 5 and natural 1.
Yeah,
And
which takes it to a grand total of -4.
yeah, with Pass Out Trace, that takes it to 6, which is better than Sasha's 4. So
5, thank you very much.
yes,
Should be so
sorry.
So
proud
a
of
plus 4.
You too.
So that is 5.
What am I supposed
As-
to do?
As you're moving along, there is a point as you're moving across when Rook, you look up, and as you're kind of getting a quick look around, you see 3 of those large threads embedded in the wall, and a large indent and cavern leading into the side of the wall on your side. It's at this point where you stop. Sasha bumps into you, and you watch as from where Sasha stands, a rock falls down the ravine. Aurum at this point also bumps into the rest of the crowd as you stop, and a similar thing happens. You watch as 4 massive legs pull themselves out from over the top of this, reaching onto the webs in front of it, as one of the gargantuan spiders pulls itself forth.
No, 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 no.
Look,
Oh.
you can cower or you can stand and fight.
What
Just
are
beat
you?
myself.
What are you going to do, Artie?
Can I curl up and cry? Is there any way we can
No,
get
I say we should try and go before it
move?
actually comes out. Yes, I say we should try and move. Still trying to be quiet, but away from where we just were.
Yeah.
It's more likely to look where we were.
What he said. I'm totally up for going. I'm very much up for going.
Okay.
Agreed.
Moving stealthily but hurriedly
Yeah,
away.
Let's keep moving.
Those who have heavy armor, you are making these checks as normal. Everybody else has disadvantage, because the ones with heavy armor are affected by enhanceability, and they already have disadvantage. So those without, you are making this check with disadvantage, but you have passed without trace. Everyone
Chris.
make another
That
step.
army mix?
Chris, with this running away, because I don't have a chance to speak yet, could I start like just laying down delusions every so often with the spider? Now I get
What save is it?
for delusion it will be the same. Presume the same for minor illusions. If this box is big enough, I don't want to copy that. Fucking Google Sheets, man.
Right, so am I doing this with disadvantage or?
No, you're doing this normal.
You're doing this normal.
Applying to a false belief in the mind of the creature. If the delusion is a sound, it doesn't actually give me one.
If it doesn't have one, then I assume it's an intelligence save, much like everything else you have.
Yeah.
Does it specify
it's
anything
what I
about
presume.
charm? I need to check the creature's stats to see if it's immune to any of that. But
It's saying you create a sound. You can make it a range from a whisper to a scream or roar. You can create. What you create must be a mimicry of something you have heard before, a voice spoken, or any other sounds. You must also choose the point at which the sound will originate from, which is also within your range. Where's that gone? Have you forgot? Just let me get to the actual Mystic page, because I definitely copied and pasted the same thing in for delusion.
okay.
But it is effectively sounds and.
Okay. What's your DC
Shit.
then? Would be a better question to ask.
That is 16.
16. Okay. You create delusion. What kind of delusion would you like to try and create?
Effectively, I would like to create Sasha sounding delusions off, like, behind us. And, like, imagine if we're moving off in a square sort of formation, like on the back corners.
Okay.
Just trying to distract it and give it positions to go to, or whatever. I get that as a spider, unless it doesn't operate with sound, but I'm trying.
That's fine. You use that, and you cast it. You use the psionic potential of the delusion. You make the sounds of Sasha moving away. You watch as that happens in a very sudden jolt. Actually, what's the stealth check?
I'm a dwarf.
Hmm?
What's the stealth check that everybody got?
I need to still roll that stuff.
So
19.
still with pass without a trace, yeah?
Pass without
Yeah.
trace, and
Yeah,
disadvantage
cool.
for those
Alright.
who aren't wearing heavy armor, because you do not
Okay,
benefit
I
from
got 23.
possibility.
I don't know what my pluses are,
I got that 20.
but I got
With
the
disadvantage?
numbers with disadvantage. I rolled. For
No, the
me, I
disadvantage
got.
was for Elsyan,
Oh,
because you're
Oh.
hurriedly moving away and you're not
Oh,
affected
right,
by
yes.
possibility.
I got for. Okay,
That's fine.
still
Still
pretty good.
Right.
It's
So
30
for
odd.
Malcolm, it
For
is
Malcolm-
a +2.
so +2, that make 20 total.
Okay.
For the next one I rolled because I forgot Orm didn't have disadvantage was B.
Okay.
And that was with the pass without a trace. It was 17, so I don't know what B's plus is.
B's plus is +1, so that would be
18.
18.
For Arachne got 11, well 20 to 21 without her plus.
Without her plus. Okay, and she's got expertise, so she's fine. Okay,
Yeah,
so
and then Orm got 19.
Queglod? What'd you get?
Queglod got a 19 total.
Okay. Rook, what did you get, sorry?
23.
And Sasha?
19.
Using the delusion in this moment, as the rest of you are hurriedly moving away, as the sound is present, you watch as the form of the giant of the gargantuan spider jolts out from inside of its cavern, the legs rocketing it forward as it turns. Each of the back legs kind of positioning themselves on the rock behind, as its eyes scan where the sound seems to be coming from. As it looks about, you, particularly you, Malcom, hear in Infernal a guttural voice. The rest of you hear it almost as a fiery tone of dark language, as it says, "Feeding time," as it scuttles along the side, faster than you're moving, and faster than you would be if you were dashing. As it scuttles along the side here, each of the legs piercing and breaking into the stone, as it moves across, you hear a strange noise from where it goes as you're moving away. Not here. As it says those words, you watch as the other cords that are nearby begin to vibrate slightly, as you can see more, and you can hear the voices, "Not there, over here, not there," as others seems to have been alerted to your presence.
Do we have a way to hide, is the question.
You can move away from these webs, but that's going to take potentially several minutes because of the distance these webs have, or you can try and make a hiding place. The delusion has distracted them and thrown them off your scent for now, but they seem to be searching the area for you now.
I could try and make a covering for us with fabricate, but that's going to take 10 minutes.
Also, you
How
have to
long?
go now, Harlan.
Yeah.
How?
Bye, guys.
If things
Yeah,
get
good
bad,
luck.
yep, that's fine.
About how long would it take me to turn into dragon, turn into wyrmling, dig hole, and have feather wing use minor illusion?
It would take you, in this stone, it would probably take you several minutes to dig a hole to keep that quiet. I don't
Difficult.
think there's a way, because of how much stone you'd be displacing.
Do we have any other options?
Currently fabricate or that.
Fabricate's going to take 10 minutes, and casting a spell isn't quiet. It would be Sasha doing a stealth check versus all of their perceptions.
Hold on.
Okay. What about the homestead? Does that have to recharge?
If you use it now, you won't have it when you take a long rest, because it's used once per day.
How many are we?
You are 6, technically 7. Or are you including companions? Because if that's the case, then you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
9 if you're including
How many people? So Queglod and Malcom can fly themselves. B can fly. That's 3, so that leaves
Do we
5.
even need to fly?
I wasn't counting B for that, because B can fly on her own.
Okay, so
So
there's 6 left.
Non-flying members of the party, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is including Queglod, because her flight is optional. Same with Malcom.
So people that can't fly. How many?
People that can't fly, including optional, 7. Including you. And then you've got Queglod and Malcom alongside that.
Midas. Not a fan.
Okay.
Honestly, I think our best bet is to try and dig the hole.
I can make 5 of us fly.
Would we be able to get?
We can fly away from the whips.
5?
True. That would probably be quieter.
Well, it's still casting a spell.
Or we'd be exposed flying things.
Yeah, it's true. Mm, I've got nothing that I can do, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, this is me.
If you cast fly, that's who you could affect, effectively. If Malcom were to then cast conjure animals, he could take he would be able to take Arachne and 2 others.
Okay, so I can make these 5. These 2 can fly. He can fly.
Just to know, I've got to head off soon.
This
That's
is
fine.
with me.
In the next 10 minutes, then.
Yeah.
This flies with her. This flies with him.
Can I
That-
carry
So if he
things?
makes
Probably
conjure
at 10
animals,
past is
and
probably
they're
best.
actually in Fang, we're fine.
Is that the plan then? Just fly fast and try and escape?
Yeah, just try and fly away from the webs, yeah.
Here's the thing, we can go through a ravine, and we can fly.
Even not for very long.
It's for a minute.
Yes, it's also a 7th level spell.
Yes, but we...
7th?
And it, yes,
Means 6.
7th level, I can make 5 people fly.
You don't have 7th level yet.
Yes. And it's also only 10 minutes.
You only have 6th level.
You shouldn't have
Wait,
7th level.
oh shit, sorry. Okay, so 4 people I can make fly.
Hmm.
Yeah, my bad. I was just...
Okay.
Felipe can be big for an hour, but I'm not sure he can carry all of us.
No. How many people can conjure animals take?
Let's see. If I
Arachne and
You-
2 medium creatures.
or
Okay,
if,
so it can take 1 more person.
or if I cast it at a higher level, I can make 4 things.
I mean,
This works.
So those 4, you 4 get fly. Sorry,
These fly, and then you take these guys.
Just to clarify, how is Queglod flying?
She can turn into a raven, can't she?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking you
Yeah,
were
I can
assuming
imagine
she would use
Felipe.
Big Felipe, and I was like, that's
No,
really
she can
stupid
turn
idea.
into a raven.
No, I'm holding on to Big Felipe. For the
Okay,
moment.
yeah, you can turn to a raven. Thank you for reminding me that. I forgot you could do it.
Yes. No, it's okay.
And you're
Wild.
casting what level to for this?
Huh?
On conjure animals?
6th
This
level
would be
fly.
4th or 5th for this.
6th level fly for 5 people.
I'd need
No,
4th
conjure animal.
or 5th to.
Well, it
Carry-
depends. I don't know what level you'd be casting at. So
Well,
twice as many on a 5th level spell slot. So it would use up one of your 5ths. You have 2 when you're not using Pass Without a Trace.
can I carry
technic-
things?
No, I'd have 4. Because I can make 2 CR1s, which are the vulture, and the vultures can carry can carry that much. And if I cast it at 5th, then I make 4 vultures.
That's my point, because a vulture one vulture can carry Arachne, or it can carry 2 medium creatures.
Yeah, so technically I can carry.
So at 3rd level, you'll have to leave 1 person behind, unless you use fly from your racial trait, of course.
I mean, I can do that.
Guys, are we also counting Feng in this?
Yes,
I can count.
fangs
Alright,
are
okay.
here.
Just making sure.
Yeah, it was a matter of if anything went wrong, I was leaving Feng behind.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, if we need more people flying, I can cast fly. I believe I've...
Well, let's see. Okay,
Do we need to fly, though?
you.
Do we need to be using these spell slots to get past this?
But if
I
you don't
mean,
want to
just-
fight them, yes.
Yeah, it's a good possibility we'd have to fight these things, and I don't want to fight them.
No, me either. 100% not.
I mean,
Bad idea.
obviously we don't want to fight them.
So let's see. You can cast a fly on 4 people. These 2 can fly. So yeah, I'd only have to expend a 3rd level spell slot.
I do need to be heading off, guys.
That's fine. Yeah, if you
I've
want to
got
go.
a headache and I need to go to bed.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll speak to you guys later.
Right, take care, dude.
Alright.
Take care.
So you're expending a 3rd level conjure animals.
3rd level conjure animals to take Arachne, Sam, and Fang, and then I'm casting fly on myself.
Okay. So actually, I've just realised there's one problem with that.
What?
Hmm?
Fly and conjure animals are both concentration.
Oh,
So 5th level. Either way, you'd be using a 5th level Pass Without a Trace at the end of the day, so...
I can
Yeah.
I can still cast fly on someone. Like I'm
You can cast fly on me.
casting it at 5th level, so
So it would target
myself and
4
2 other
people.
So technically, I wouldn't need to expend this.
Can she turn into Felipe and do that? Or
Yeah, I believe so. Just checking fly now. Fly targets 1 person and then 2 more for each level. So yeah, for yours it would be 3 people. For
Fly is
Bern's-
1 person per each level above
Yeah,
30.
yeah, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Queglod has 3, whereas you have 4.
yeah.
Okay, so Bern can cast fly on 4 people.
Yeah, I can get these 4, and then
Simon can cast on these 3, and then I can cast on myself.
yeah, and then you do it yourself.
Okay, so you'd be using
Yeah.
fly here, which is your racial ability.
Yes.
So, as you all cast fly, simultaneously doing it, you all cast fly and you proceed to make your way out. This will be the final stealth check for the night. Pass Without a Trace is not up, and disadvantage
No, it
as you are traveling at speed.
Can Vara not have it up?
Oh, good point. Vira can have it up.
Oh, so
Pass Without a Trace, but everybody still has disadvantage because you are traveling at speed. And there'll also be another logistical question that I'll ask in a minute as well.
that's a okay. 25 for me.
1 sec, hang on.
That's fine.
So, last luck point.
Uh, 6 plus
Okay.
2, Pass Without a Trace
Elsyan.
18.
Elsyan, that's pretty good. That's 30, I think. With disadvantage.
Okay. Nice.
That's the second nat 20 I've rolled on disadvantage in this set of rolls right here.
Sasha got a 12.
And then I believe Orem should still not have disadvantage.
No, because he's changing over to fly. You still have disadvantage.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
you now have disadvantage, sorry, because enhance ability's gone.
Dogs are in that
Okay.
Okay, and Queglod, what did you get?
Pass Without Trace is still up, right?
Yes, from Vira.
14 then.
14. Okay. As you all proceed to fly away, here's the question: up, down, forward, back, out towards the ravine.
So, can you do a quick
So-
drawing of how the web is off?
Describe the
So-
situation if you would.
Here's the situation. Here's the rough ledging you're on. Here's the wall on the back, and the webbing connects in large cables like this, but then that travel off and sprawl out into the ravine, like so.
Okay. Are there any large ledges below us that we could hide under?
No, unfortunately not, because there's only one ledge that really travels through. And
How many of these webs are there? Is it like these, and then it
it's
clears
these,
off here?
it's these 3 chords, and then and you've seen more of them. They seem to be about 150 feet spaced apart. You're presuming because of hunting zones, or because the cables themselves aren't that heavy. They're quite strong and very large, so they probably don't need much
So,
of a
how
sight.
much will we travel in 10 minutes?
Dashing, 120 feet per round, 10 rounds in a minute, 1,200 feet. Times that by 10, 12,000 feet. You could travel at that speed, so you'd be traveling pretty quickly.
Okay, so we'll go, I guess, a bit down, so under the web, so they don't see us, and then travel across to the ledge.
The distance for performing that is 2.2 miles, 2.3 rounding up. So that would mean that you'd be making a tenth of your journey's travel in 10 minutes. So you would have to roll a Constitution save for everybody. For this, but it's certainly possible.
Are we able to dash a lot initially and then
Yeah, and
slow
then chill out
down.
later
Yeah.
once.
Yeah,
If
that's
they're-
fine.
if
once we've
they're-
got some distance?
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then the direction
Okay.
matters. Are you going down into the ravine? Are you going up against the wall?
Well,
Are you going forward? Are you going back? Or are you going outwards towards the center of the ravine?
I say we should go down a
Yeah,
little
that's what I
bit
said. We go
over-
down below the webs a little bit and then go under all of them, like next to the ledge.
But stay close to the ledge so that we can.
Close to the ledge so we don't lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But we have
And
to-
then before it's ending, go up and up to the ledge again.
yeah.
So, as you proceed to travel, as you make your jump, you will take off, traveling through. Some of you not used to flight, being Arachne and Aurum.
I do assist them.
As you're proceeding to travel at speed along this, you hear in the distance, in Infernal again, "They're there, they're there," as the voices get further and further away as you are speeding away from them as you have travelled down. I would like Bern and Queglod to make perception checks with disadvantage, please.
I love it.
That's an 11 then.
You do
Well,
have Felipe's
No,
bonus.
because I
so
do have Felipe, yes. So
it's 15.
that's going to be 15, yes.
Travelling with the pack as you're all leading forward, the two of you with dark vision in the front, you see as you're travelling 120 feet around at this point, you see up ahead a large series of cables that are intertwined, forming almost like a bug net. You can currently see on it various wound up capsules of creatures, and a few of them you do recognize in the form of the large mosquitoes that you found here. You can see that it expands from one side of the ravine to another. If you don't inform your companions by shouting, you are going to fly into it. You can either go above or below it. If you go below it, you don't know if there'll be any more. If you go above it, you're traveling straight into the where the webs and cables would be if you were on the same level as them.
Message. Can that be cast at multiple people at the same
One
time?
person.
Oh, yeah, I have to say it anyway.
And Elsyan could telepathic contact, but unfortunately, he does not know this because he cannot see it. So he wouldn't be able to get the message out quick enough.
So we only have an instant to.
You have an instant to do something. You can make the decision to go up or down. Both of you see the webs. It's either that or
Okay.
you crash into them.
I'm going to yell down. Well, not yell, but loud enough that I'm certain that everyone will hear.
Okay. You shout, yell, and you head down. Malcom, you begin to hear voices above as...
Also, I should note that I really need to head off now as well.
That's fine.
As soon as possible.
That's fine. As you travel below, you can see more of the spiders begin to see where you are. I'm going to transfer this over into a combat encounter next session.
Okay.
Oh no!
As you are trying to escape the Hell Spider's wrath and prevent yourself from being captured. So, thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you in our next session. Bye-bye.
Bye.